Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
When you want to bet on sports, played on a field or ice or course,
Bet Rivers is the place.
over, under, money line, same game, parlays, it's all fine.
We'll put a smile on your face.
Bet on the sports you love with Bet Rivers Sportsbook.
Take a chance!
Must be 19 plus. Available in Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you have questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, please contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge.
Move up to Heathwood. Hi, I'm Hugh Heron. Experience true luxury at Williamsburg Green in Kitchener. Heathwood's all-brick homes are built with upgraded features and elevated finishes. Chef-inspired kitchens, spa-like en-suites, and a fully finished lower level. Even better, Williamsburg Green has parks, playgrounds, and trails to explore. It's time to move up to Heathwood. Learn more at heathwood.com.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back, Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, and you might hear the crowd getting a little bit louder in the background as they just played the Fred VanVleet tribute video during this last time out, and VanVleet walking out onto the floor just in front of the Rockets bench and waving to the crowd a number of times, kissing his hands, gesturing to the crowd, blowing kisses to the crowd, and showing the thanks and appreciation for the adoration and the thanks given to him for his time, Jonesy, and for his service and his impact on this team and this market, this city, this country.
Well, I just think of a guy that always gave you everything he had, sometimes to his own detriment, playing maybe when he shouldn't have been. Just always willing to be out there and give everything he had, and such a professional. So good for Freddie. Happy for his success. And I'm sure he only wishes he could be out here playing in a place that he used to call home.
Out of the timeout, the Rockets start with the ball again, trailing by 5. Raptors have the lead, sitting at 11-6. 7:33 to go here in the opening quarter. Smith across center, hands it off to Green, out near center court. Green comes around a screen, picked up on the far side by Barrett. They drop the pass down on the baseline, far side in the corner. Şengün back to Green. Green cutting into the paint, drops it to Şengün. Denied at the 10 by Scotty Barnes. What a block. Şengün got hit in the face in the process. He's behind the play, and we got a foul on the other end. What a defensive stand for the Raptors.
Really, really great job. Scotty coming off the floor, coming over with the help. And I love the way the Raptors have turned defense into offense.
Emmanuel Quickly goes to the free throw line. Quickly's got a 3-ball in this game to go along with 3 rebounds. Raptors doing a solid job in many facets thus far to start this game, and they now lead 12-6 as the first free throw goes down. Second one coming in a moment for Quickly. His former team, the Knicks, very active on trade deadline day as well, shoring up their depth.
A lot of people thinking that the Knicks have vaulted themselves
into the top 5-6?
Into the top 5 or 6 in terms of title contention. I still think there's some teams with experience that are going to be tough to beat. Boston, yes. Milwaukee struggling right now. And then out west, Denver, and don't sleep on the Clippers.
Raptors leading 13-6, and Brooks just turned it over again. Raptors defensively doing a job right now, and they have been all over Dylan Brooks anytime he's tried to make any sort of foray into the 10, Jonesy.
Well, I like the leadership of Emmanuel Quickly asking referee Brandon Schwab if that was a take foul. Just plant the seed for next time.
6:47 to go here in the first. Barrett drops it down to Barnes on the block far side, backing into the paint. Went left, spins back right. Had a pretty good look at the hoop, but he just left it short. Dylan Brooks down the floor the other way, got into traffic, missed with the left hand. It was cleaned up by Şengün, so the Rockets get the bucket. Quickly ahead come the Raptors. They force it ahead down to Gary Trent on the near side. Trent to Pirtle in the heart of the lane. Kicks the pass out to Barnes in the far corner, but they got a foul coming in first before the pass off, and it's going on who? Şengün or?
Brooks, I think.
It's going to be Brooks. Brady Dick checks in with 6:21 to go in the opening quarter. So Scotty Barnes will sit down. I'm sure we're going to see Barnes back with the second unit in that point guard type role, which is what Darko talked about pregame.
Yeah, you know, Eric, the way the league is now, I'd just as soon call it a decision-making role. Because,
that's a good point.
You know, you look at
Barrett driving and finishing with a left-hand skyhook as he's fallen to the baseline.
You look at the way Scotty plays offense, he can initiate that from the block if he wants to go down low and do it from there.
15-8, Raptors leading by 7, matching their largest lead. On the near side, getting to the baseline, stepping back, missing the jumper. It was Green. Brady Dick tried to hold his ground, but down low, the rebound was cleaned up by Smith. Man, he's a long body.
He is 6'11", and every bit of it, and plays like a 6-footer.
5:35 to go opening frame. Raptors leading by 5. It's 15-10 on the near side. Quickly gets to the elbow. Now weaves through the paint, and they're going to call a moving screen.
Yeah, Pirtle trying to get to the basket. Called for the moving screen.
So now 5:32 to go in the opening quarter. Raptors still holding on to that 5-point lead. Toronto shooting 46% from the floor. The Rockets at just 31%, 5 of 16. Certainly a much better start for the Raptors than what we saw a week ago in Houston. Green. Over on the far side to Thompson. Thompson trying to direct some traffic now. Hands off to Jabari Smith. Back up top to Green on the logo at center. Shot clock down to 5. It's Brooks now on the wing near side. They go to Şengün. Şengün double team. Kicks out to Brooks. As the shot clock's winding down, a wild triple missed. And Brooks tried to sell it, fell to the floor, but the officials weren't buying, and it's another turnover for the Rockets.
Pretty good defense by Toronto. Houston 5 of 16. Raptors showing a lot of energy on the perimeter.
Quickly, hands off to Barrett, full steam ahead, driving into the paint, drops a pass off to Jakob Poeltl, who lays it in. Great job by R.J. Barrett.
Good things happen when you get downhill.
Şengün to Brooks. Brooks slips, loses the ball, picks up by Trent, and is that going to be a... It should be. It should be, Jonesy.
Either a take or a clear path.
One of the two.
I think it was a clear path. He was in possession of the ball on the other side of the center with nobody else around.
They're saying transition take, and they're going to look to see if it was clear path. That's the ruling that Brandon Schwab just said, but now he gets called over by Justin Van Dyne, and they want to have a quick little chat. The other official, Courtney Kirkland, in on the mix. So again, it was signaled on a transition take, and they're going to look at it to see clear path.
It's going to be 1 in the ball, maybe 2 in the ball.
The Royal floor is under review to see if it meets criteria for a clear path to the basket.
But again, it was ruled a transition take either way.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like I said, just trying to help out our guy Courtney Kirkland with the explanation.
It's 1 in the ball or 2 in the ball, and we get a look at the replay. I think it should be 2 in the ball. Trent was clearly in control, clearly behind Dylan Brooks. And if Brooks doesn't grab him, it is a clear path. So I think that's a pretty easy call.
4:46 to go in the opening quarter. Raptors leading by 7, which matches their largest lead of the game.
That's a clear path foul.
And here comes Courtney.
After review, the ruling has been upgraded to a clear path to the basket. Defender was not between the offensive player and the basket. Result in 2 free throws and Toronto inbound in the backcourt.
There you have it.
After review, it has been upgraded to a clear path foul. Called on Brooks on the play.
So Trent gets the 2 free throws. In a transition take, anybody could have the free throws, but
Number 0, Aaron Holiday in the game for the Rockets. Checking in for Toronto, number 11, Chris Brown.
well, maybe they'll get Trent going. Knocks down the 2 free throws. Raptors have the ball.
Balanced thus far for the Raptors. 6 for Barrett, 6 for Pirtle, 5 for Quickly, and the 2 that just came right there for Gary Trent. Raptors inbound, leading now by 9 at 19-10. Quickly's got it. Turning the corner into the paint, and the running floater goes for Emmanuel Quickly.
Great job using the screen and getting into the middle of the lane.
Holiday at center court, gave it up to Green, tapped away by Trent, saved it on the sideline, gets it over to Quickly, who drives down the floor and finishes at the rim. The Raptors defense, Jonesy.
Yeah, Gary Trent Jr. really active. The last couple have both been because of his defense.
Houston back the other way, now trailing by 13. Jabari Smith over to Şengün, just kind of steps around Pirtle and dunks it down. 23-12, Toronto still up double figures. It's an 11-point lead. Toronto shooting 56% with 3:50 to go in the opening quarter. Out on the far side, it's Quickly. Comes around a Pirtle screen. Oh, he just absolutely lost Holiday. Spinning, passing off far corner, triple no good for Bruce Brown. Man, oh man. Ankle's broken. Green. Again, the Raptors get a steal. Grady Dick throws it ahead, but not great spacing.
Well, he needed to hold that ball one more dribble to let Trent get further ahead of the pack. He could have thrown it ahead to Trent, or had the defender run back, he could have given it to Brown. That being said, I'll credit the defense again for being active and creating a turnover. 6 turnovers for the Rockets, leading to 8 points for Toronto.
Raptors will still have the ball after the timeout, as Grady Dick's outlet pass was deflected away by Houston. So it is Toronto ball when we return with 3:28 to go in the opening quarter. Raptors leading 23-12 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590. The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Unhibernate, a verb. To laugh in the face of snow because you drive a Subaru. As in, when I unhibernate, I have the roads all to myself because my Subaru has symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and others don't. Or, the award-winning safety in my Subaru means I can unhibernate all winter while my neighbors stare longingly from their bedroom windows. Or my favorite usage, I'm going to unhibernate this winter by visiting my local Subaru dealer today. Welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Sandra and Kabir are celebrating 50 years of marriage by turning their boring bedroom into a spicy one. Oh my. Alpine Credit sent a super strength hero to help with a home renovation loan. New floors, windows, a heart-shaped button that plays this tune. Okay, I think that's quite enough. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. First quarter action with 3:28 to play. Raptors leading 23-12. And Jonesy, we're talking about the turnovers for the Houston Rockets. The Raptors already with 5 steals as a team. Gary Trent with 4 of the 5.
That's big, and it also shows activity. So here's Scotty Barnes back in with Quickly, one starter, and guys who could potentially be starters or have been starters in Bruce Brown and Jonte Porter. And then Grady, the fifth member. Here's a guy who's playing really well in the game for Houston, Cam Whitmore.
Yes, big time.
Yeah.
Big time. And he'll be matched up right now, at least, against Grady Dick. Might be key sequence right now as well, how Porter does against Şengün. Porter's got it right now on the perimeter. Şengün lost him. Porter missed a wide open three.
Good job by Grady, collapsing the defense and then kicking it out under control.
Coming around a screen was Whitmore, kicks it out. Holiday three ball, back rim pops out. Barnes with the rebound. Scotty on the near side, handoff to Bruce Brown. Brown gets to the free throw line, turns, fires, missed it. Got his own rebound back, though, and a fresh 14 for the Raptors. Brown on the near side going at Şengün, gets into the paint and kisses it off glass, flashing through the painted area left to right.
Well, Grady with a hard cut moved the defense enough for Brown to get past a bigger, slower player on the perimeter.
Holiday running floater for Houston, goes on the near side just below the near elbow. So Houston gets the two back, still trailing by 11. It's 25-14. 2:35 to go now, opening quarter. Quickly comes around a Porter screen, gets into the paint. Kicks back out on the perimeter to Brown, far side to Porter. Porter back to Brown. He's out on the far side, now driving into the paint, got toward the baseline, off glass and in. I know Paul Jones loves that one.
Love it. Great job by Bruce Brown, the vet, using the glass.
27-14, 13-point lead. Şengün double team, far side, down near the baseline, kicks back out to Holiday. Driving into the paint, Grady Dick did a great job standing, waiting, and he must have been below that circle because he was 100% there in time. Want to see a replay on that one because they're going to call it on Grady with the block.
No, he made a solid attempt. The right play, the right attitude.
Still haven't seen a replay from our TV friends, but either way, not going to make a difference as the first foul on Grady Dick is called. 27-14, Raptors lead as Houston inbounds. They kick it around and swing it out onto the far side, and dropping down a triple was Thompson. Amen Thompson is on the board with his first bucket. Check that, his second bucket. Are they calling it a long two? I thought that was a three. They're only registering it as a 2 right now. We'll see if that gets cleaned up at the next whistle. For now, we're calling it 27-16, an 11-point lead.
I thought it was a 3.
I thought it was
sure looked like a 3 from our vantage point.
Yeah, but for now, the official score does have it as a 2. We'll see if that gets cleaned up. So we'll go with what the scoreboard says, 27-16. Raptors inbounding from the baseline. Barnes to Grady Dick, far corner, no good. Ended up on his wallet. Quickly gets back up and trying to get back into play as Houston comes down the floor. Pull-up triple, far side, no good for Whitmore. But we're going to have a loose ball foul on the Raptors, and it's go against Scotty Barnes.
Well, they were fighting for position under there. A lot of hand fighting, as it were. And they're going to get Scotty with leaning too much.
Well, they say they grabbed onto Jeff Green's shoulder and pulled him a bit. That was a veteran move by Jeff Green. He sold that one well.
A lot of hand fighting.
Thompson gets it in to Holiday. Holiday with 9 on the shot clock. Turning the corner, far side, got down to the baseline, cut off by Grady Dick. Now he's going to try and go again. Grady held his ground, forced a turnover. Loose ball picked up by Porter. Ahead to Grady. Bounce pass to Brown. Laid up and in. Grady Dick did it all on that one, folks.
Almost missed Brown, but did deliver at the right time. And yeah, his defense positionally really good on that last sequence.
Green to Whitmore. A little stop and go. Gets to the free throw line and floats it up and in. Cam Whitmore. 1 minute to go now, ticking under a minute to play in the opening quarter. Raptors leading 29-18. Scotty Barnes brings it across center. Barnes, couple of assists in the ballgame, 3 rebounds, but has yet to score. Porter to Barnes. Barnes getting to the near elbow, trying to go at Holiday. Now gives it up, near corner. Grady Dick, 3 ball, busted. A clean triple for Grady.
You could just see Grady's confidence growing over time with playing time and faith being instilled in him from the coaching staff.
Cam Whitmore, far elbow, goes into the far corner. Now driving, spinning, baseline, off glass and in. Pretty finish there.
Jae'Sean Tate calmly doing that one. I mean, he could have taken a bad 3, and he kept his composure offensively.
24 seconds ago, Raptors will have to give it up before the shot clock expires. Barnes gets into the lane, floats it up. Again, a lot of contact came, but he's on the board, with his first bucket. And Darko Rajakovic already in the ear of the officials, and rightfully so. Last shot time for the Rockets now as they trail by 14, 34-20. Green turning the corner into the paint, and another turnover as the Rockets gave it up, but the Raptors just gave it right back at center court, and just before the buzzer, Jeff Green missed. So Thompson coughed it up, but then the Raptors gave it right back, and they dodged that bullet as the heave from Green wouldn't go, and the Raptors will head to the timeout and to the break in between quarters with a 14-point edge.
Well, good job on the defense. 8 turnovers for the Raptors, leading to causing 8 turnovers, and they've taken advantage by putting up 10 points, winning the turnover battle, shooting the ball well. Let's hope they can keep the defense up in the second quarter.
Second quarter action comes next. It's 34-20. The Raptors leading the Rockets on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590. The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
ADP Canada holds the key to a better way to make your business run smoothly. If you're changing payroll providers, experience better payroll processing services with ADP Canada. Payroll, time, and HR for business. Visit adp.ca.
There are many peculiar words in the English language. Words like salivigant, peregrinate, nemophilus, peripatetic, and conviviality. Yet, there is no word for getting the most out of winter in your Subaru, thanks to symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and X-Mode. Until now. We call it unhibernate. As in, while your neighbors stay home, you'll be unhibernating all winter in your Subaru. So peregrinate to your local Subaru dealer today, and welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I just helped Tom with a business loan. He needed to soup up his mechanic shop. Not to brag, but I once modified a car to match my ultra speed. It went so fast, it broke the speed of sound. At least no one was inside. I hope no one was inside. I guess I'll just stick to approving business loans.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
ADP Canada holds the key to a better way to make your business run smoothly. If you're changing payroll providers, experience better payroll processing services with ADP Canada. Payroll, time, and HR for business. Visit adp.ca.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, getting set to start the second quarter. The Raptors with a solid start to this ball game, shooting a hair under 54% and leading by 14. The Rockets shooting only 40%. And Jonesy, through the opening 12 minutes, Raptors have not trailed yet in this ball game.
Yeah, they're doing a good job right now, Eric, and got to be a little motivation there after Houston really kind of handed it to them.
We have yet to see Kelly Olynyk in this ball game. I assume we might see him in this quarter. Based on the pregame comments from Darko, I really thought that he would have been in the mix already, but we shall see. And driving to the 10, they're going to call another block on Grady Dick as Cam Whitmore got in there. I thought Grady yet again held his ground, and then it wiped out an otherwise gorgeous highlight reel block from Scotty Barnes.
Scotty's doing a really good job of standing in great defensive positions and helping as the second man off the floor. It's funny that Grady's now talking to referee Justin Van Dyne and Darko pleading the youngster's case.
Especially as a young player, right, Jonesy? You're trying to do the right things, make the right plays.
Well, I'll say this, though. Keep doing that, Grady, because if you keep doing it, all you're going to get is more and more respect for being that kind of player, and suddenly you get those calls.
Brown up top to Porter. Porter to Scotty Barnes above the free throw line. Shot clock down to 9. What a pass from Scotty on the money in traffic to Porter, who made a nice catch as well. Look like Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs. Or maybe, unfortunately, do I have to say Mahomes?
You better say Mahomes now because they're still playing.
Cam Whitmore 3-ball. I'm cheering for nobody on Sunday.
I know, it's them versus them for you, right?
I'm setting the over-under on pizza slices for me. I don't care about the game. Raptors gave up the triple to Whitmore. Coming back the other way, they couldn't get a 3-ball from Wara. And now they got Jeff Green going to the 10, and I thought they were going to call a goaltend on Toronto, but nope, they're going to say it was a clean play.
Courtney Kirkland says it was on the way up. Now he and Justin Van Dyne change their mind and say, give him 2.
Double whammy now for the Raptors. So Houston has got this thing down into single digits at 9, and the veteran Jeff Green's got a chance to get it down to 8. The lead was as high as 14 just moments ago when this quarter began. Only a minute 8 gone by. Garrett Temple in there now trying to work the officials. From the bench, that is. He's not on the floor. As the Raptors have Barnes, Dick, Porter, Wara, and Brown on the floor. It's Smith Jr., Holiday, Whitmore, Tate, and Green for the Rockets. Jeff Green, that is. Wara crosses up Smith into the lane. Tried to kiss it off glass. Couldn't do so. Pretty move, but no finish, unfortunately. And here come the Rockets with the ball down 8. Jeff Green over to Smith. Smith comes around a green screen. Goes cross-court over to Holiday. Bounces the pass. Oh, spin move. Pretty move there. And finishing, Jason Tate. Tate looked good on that one, Jones.
Yeah,
what a quick move.
Yeah, quick move on the block. And realized there was no help, so go quickly before the help gets there.
Barnes straight away had a lot of room and just casually stepped into a 3-ball but couldn't knock it down. The Raptors kind of sputtering here early second quarter. Their lead has been cut to 6. Deep one. Cam Whitmore 3-ball is good, and the Raptor lead is cut to 3.
Whitmore's a kid that can shoot it. He really, really is. And Houston has got something in him as a draft pick. They found a good one.
Houston has come out 4 of 4 to start this second quarter, and the Raptors just 1 of 4. And Houston has already ripped off 11 from Toronto's 14-point lead. Raptors still on top, though, 36-33 with 9:56 to go in the first half on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, the fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Let's get jerseys. Let's get jerseys.
Right now, become a Tangerine client with a savings account, and you could get a free Raptors jersey.
We want jerseys.
Finally, a savings account worth cheering for.
Jerseys! Jerseys!
Find out how to score a jersey at tangerine.ca/Raptors. Tangerine, that's forward banking. Available to new clients who open and fund an eligible account while supplies last. Conditions apply.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Does your furnace have a habit of breaking down as soon as it gets cold outside? And your plans for a relaxing night at home turn cold, along with your toes? Not good. Luckily, a highly trained licensed Intercare technician can get your furnace fixed fast. And what we quote is what you pay. So don't get left out in the cold. And right now, get a free diagnostic checkup, a $99 value. Get your furnace fixed right with Intercare. Terms and conditions apply. Give your home more at intercare.ca.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back, Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Second quarter action. Raptors leading 36-33. Jones, if we go back to that first quarter was brought to you by Bet Rivers. Take a chance. What's been the difference in only 2 minutes with the Rockets ripping 11 off what was once a 14-point lead
well,
for Toronto?
They've come out more aggressive, knocked down threes. Just kind of had Toronto on their heels, and then you think about it, this unit for Toronto that was out there, not a lot of familiarity, people in new roles. So let's see, they're bringing Pirtle back in. They bring Barrett back in. So you've got 3 starters on the floor with Jordan Nwora and Bruce Brown.
9:56 to play in the second quarter. Raptors with the ball out of the timeout. Nwora got down to the baseline, whipped a pass into the paint to Pirtle. Yak was right under the tin, but just couldn't seem to elevate and get that shot off, and he turned it over. Here come the Rockets. 3-ball to tie it straight away, and it goes. And just like that, in less than 2.5 minutes, the Rockets have wiped out the Raptors' 14-point lead.
Well, Rockets playing the zone now, too, making it more difficult for Toronto, saying you're going to beat us from outside a little bit.
Barnes on the near side. Inside the arc, hands off to Nwora on the perimeter. Now bring it inside the arc. Nwora goes back out to Scotty on the wing. Scotty gets into the paint, spins, fires, and no good on the turnaround jumper. Couldn't get it to go over Smith. Scotty struggling tonight, just 1 of 5. Holiday for the Rockets, running floater in the paint, goes, and the Rockets have their first lead of the game.
Man.
It's a 18-2 run to start the second quarter in barely 3 minutes.
And the Raptors have just turned it over again with an offensive foul. Gary Trent coming back into the game. They're going to play the zone. Darko putting some shooting into the lineup.
Number 5, Emmanuel quickly back in for Toronto as well. They are in for Jordan Nwora.
38-36. Houston leading, the Rockets vaulting up to 52% from the floor. They are shooting the lights out here in this quarter. Holiday got to the baseline, jackknife pass out to Jeff Green. Down Main Street, Green throws it up, fouled, and Jeff Green's going to the free throw line. Fouls coming in on R.J. Barrett. And Houston doing everything right now.
They are. And the biggest thing is their aggressiveness and their level of urgency.
And their execution. 6 of 6 in the second quarter. As the first free throw won't go for Jeff Green. First miss of the night for the Rockets at the stripe. Second one about to come as Green dips and fires. And that one goes. It hit the front of the rim but crawled over. So the Rockets open up a 3-point lead now. They have outscored the Raptors 19-2 to start this second quarter. Brown driving on Green, got down toward the right block. A lot of contact, no call as Brown fell back, and the officials say play on. Houston pushes ahead. Holiday out on the wing far side with the ball. Steps back for a 3-ball, too strong back rim. Ball tapped around and controlled by Houston. Rockets down low. Whitmore denied from behind by Pirtle, who's hammered by Smith trying to take the ball away right in front of the official. Doesn't call it. Quickly, 3-ball on the wing near side. Bust it. And the Raptors tie the game at 39.
Wow, great job, Gary Trent pushing it. That's the beauty of having shooters on the floor. Trent quickly. Guys can push the ball and the shooters can spot up.
7:45 to go in this second quarter. 3-ball no good for Smith. Down low, the rebound was there for Houston. Ball though squirts loose. Raptors all over it. They're trying to tie it up. They're trying to grab it from Tate, but it squirts away. It's cleaned up by Whitmore, who lays it in. How did that happen?
Well, Brown.
How was the whistle not blown?
I don't mind that. Let him fight for it. It looked like Brown had it. I didn't know if he got fouled to knock it away.
I don't know, you got 3 guys rolling around in the paint. But, all right. Raptors get the bucket back, though, on the other end. And how about the strength from Bruce Brown? He flashed through the lane right to left, caught it as he was falling towards the baseline, was able to get it off, took the contact, got the bucket, and the and one could put the Raptors back on top by 1.
Darko's always been big on making hard cuts, and you see it there. As Brown, the beneficiary of the pass off the hard cut.
Brown steps to the free throw line and knocks it down, so Toronto jumps back on top by 1 at 42-41. Toronto's still shooting 50%. It's about this end of the floor as they've allowed Houston to get a lot going here in the second quarter, but they're still right in this thing now with a 1-point lead. Holiday turns around, kicks back out to Green. Jeff Green misses the triple, rebound to Bruce Brown. So Toronto gets a couple of stops now in a row. Barrett back for the Raptors. Over on the far side, inside the arc. Now trying to drive on Holiday, using that size, flashing through the lane, and the left-hand floater goes for R.J. Barrett.
R.J. getting downhill. Great job with the punch dribble.
Pirtle denying at the rim. And back the other way comes the Raptors. They work it into the far corner. Gary Trent, a wide open three ball, couldn't get it to go. Cleaned up by Brown, who puts it back in the tin.
Well, Raptors have picked up their level of urgency and intensity, and you see it turn around now with their 5-point lead.
Toronto up 46-41 with 6:15 to go. Whitmore trying to shake free from Quickly. Tried to fire the pass over to Holiday. It was deflected, knocked away by the Raptors. Whitmore chases it down in the backcourt. Now driving into the painted area. Kicks it back out. Rockets work around far corner. A triple goes in, and what's the call here? Are they calling a foul on Gary Trent?
Yeah, they are. Looks like Jalen Green with the three, and then...
Didn't even see the contact. Three ball is good, and yep, they're getting Gary Trent.
Not a reckless closeout.
They're going to say that Trent Jonesy didn't give Green enough landing space to come down on that sort of rear or side closeout. To his credit as well, I'll give the youngster credit. Green, when he fell back, kind of fell into some stands, or into fans, excuse me, and checked on the fans in the stands to make sure that they were okay.
Well, and he wasn't selling either. It's not like he went to the ground and, you know, had his soles of his feet pointing to the ceiling or anything like that. But
free throw pops out for Jalen Green, so the Raptors keep the lead at 2. Could have been cut to 1. Halfway through now, this second quarter. Pirtle out near the logo at center, hands it off to R.J. Barrett. Barrett out on the far wing, stop and go on Dylan Brooks, gets into the paint, driving, and he's going to go to the free throw line.
Great move by R.J. A little step back, hesitation, the dribble coming. You know, that's normally thigh high in your crouch. It comes waist high, navel high, and the defender thinks you're going to put two hands on it and pull up. He leans forward, and RJ changing speed and direction to go past him.
Jonesy, want to send a shout out right now to a listener that's tuning in, Linda. Hope things are looking up for you, Linda, and we appreciate you tuning in on a Friday night. Big Raptor fan, and I'm sure you're enjoying this one right now with the Raptors leading by 2, 46-44. So, Linda, thanks again for tuning in. And
hang in, Linda. That's all we can say.
Indeed.
Things will get better. Find some help if you need it in whatever way, and we're always here for a listen.
1 of 2 at the stripe for Barrett. Raptors increase the lead to 3. Şengün hands off to Green on the perimeter. Good contest by Pirtle as he got out there, contested the shot, but it's cleaned up down low by Şengün, who goes back off glass, missed the shot, denied at the rim, and now they're going to say an offensive basket interference on the Rockets, wipe out that possession and give the Raptors the ball.
Yeah, good job by Toronto, contesting, and you'd like to see a rebound after a couple of those contests and miss, but Houston not showing the patience.
5:25 to go in this opening quarter. Barrett had his pocket picked for a moment, but he stays with the play, gets the ball back, and flicks it over to Quickly, who's out on the far side. Coming around a Pirtle screen, misses the triple, tracked down by Barrett, up top to Trent. 3 ball is good. The offensive rebound leads to the triple, and the Raptors increase their lead to 6.
Really good job by RJ catching. That's the best time to get an open 3.
5 minutes to go here in the first half. Raptors up 50-44. Şengün's got it right now just above the near elbow. Going against Pirtle. I don't know how that's not a carry. Lost the handle, got it back, finds Brooks in the lane, misses from 10 feet. Raptors get the rebound, and they will advance. Quickly across center on the near side. Shot clock sits at 15 now. 4:35 to go here in the second quarter. Quickly again around a Pirtle screen. Into the paint. Throws the hands forwards, drew contact. And is it enough to sell free throws? No, they're going to say sideline out of bounds.
Good job by Quickly, though. He's using the dribble as a real weapon, getting the screen and then not just going east-west with the dribble, really getting into the teeth of the defense.
Barrett will inbound from the far side. RJ to Quickly. Quickly's got 12 in the ballgame. Only player for the Raptors. No, check that. We got Brown with 11 off the bench. I apologize to Bruce Brown. He's got a team-high 12. Quickly at the far elbow. Back to Trent. Shot clock at 3. Got to the free throw line. Left it short off the front of the rim. Ball tapped around and into the hands of Jalen Green. So the Rockets advance. Trailing by 6. Into the lane. Lost the handle as it was ripped away again by the Raptors. And here they come. Can the defense feed offense? Trent triple. Back rim no good. Tracked down by Quickly. But it was knocked away from behind by Green. Green in the paint. Bobbled it. Got it back. Hounded by Quickly on the baseline, and he traveled as he was trying to back away from Quickly.
Well, good pressure by the Raptors. Lost the ball, hustled back in transition, and picked up and applied pressure. Another turnover for Houston, their 11th.
With the Raptors scoring 13 points off turnovers, let's see if they can get a couple more right here. We take under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Barnes, straight away. Goes over in the far corner to Barrett for 3. Nice find from Scotty Barnes.
Well, the Raptors have suddenly pushed the lead up to 9, matching Houston's urgency and intensity. And let's see if they can finish the quarter on the right note.
Barnes now with a team high, game high, 5 assists. He's only 1 of 5 from the floor, only 2 points, but he's moving that ball out there, folks. And the Raptors, as Jonesy just noted, up 9 with 3:50 to go in the first half on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
The Winter Drive sales event is on now at Mercedes-Benz Durham. Score big with incredible offers, including up to $10,000 in cash credits. Loyalty lease rates from 0.99%. Plus, we pay the luxury tax on select models. Test drive the powerful all-new 2024 GLC 300 SUV or one of the new electric vehicle models starting from $59,990. It's a winning lineup at Mercedes-Benz Durham. Visit mbdurham.ca for details.
And a truck, and a truck, we're 2 men, and a truck, we're 2 men, and a truck. Say 2 men and a truck, 2 men and a truck.ca. So when you gotta move, all moving day, Think 2 men and a truck, 2 men and a truck.ca. Cause all of us movers are not the same. So that's our company name, 2 men and a truck.ca. We're lots of men with lots of trucks, so give us a call today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590. The Fan.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Second quarter with 3:50 to go until half. The Raptors leading by 9. Bizarre quarter here as Toronto had a 14-point lead after 1. It was wiped out on a big-time run by the Rockets as Houston came all the way back to lead by 3. I believe it was a 19-2 run. And now Toronto has stormed back to, again, open up a 9-point lead. So a great response by the Raptors after their slow start to the quarter. Quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Bet Rivers. Take a chance. Philadelphia at home down 17 to the Atlanta Hawks, 85-68. Washington in Boston trailing the Celtics by only 1, 58-57. And an early lead for the Bucks over the Hornets, 25-17. That one in the first quarter. Later tonight, Nuggets, Kings, Pelicans, Lakers. Houston with the ball out of the timeout. Whitmore driving down toward the baseline far side. Fires a pass on the near side to Holiday. Jackknife pass far corner. An open look on a 3-ball. That one no good for Whitmore, and it's tracked down by Jeff Green. Whitmore going to do it again. Far corner 3-ball, and that one's clean.
2 looks from the same spot. Whitmore getting it up and down.
Tell me why this guy fell in the draft?
I don't know.
A lot of teams looking.
Well, you know, the word is there were quote, issues, unquote.
I'll tell you, the issue right now is damn good.
You tell me that doesn't have, quote, issues, unquote.
I got issues, don't you?
Everybody does. Everybody does.
So find me a person without an issue.
That's what I said.
Yep.
Let alone, a kid who's 19, 20 years old.
6'7", 235 with range. I only wish I had those issues. Holiday to the issues. Whitmore. Cross court, back over to Holiday. 10 seconds on the shot clock, 2:50 to go in the quarter. Holiday whips it back out on the far wing. Up fake. Jeff Green back up top to Holiday for three. Had a good look. Couldn't get it to go. Jabari Smith couldn't squeeze as Pirtle taps it over to Quickly, and here come the Raptors. Toronto leading by 6, 53-47. Quickly out on the far wing. Barrett clapping for the ball, wants it. Gets it over to Scotty Barnes. Back up top to Quickly. Good look at a three, and Quickly drops it down. And Barrett looking at Quickly saying, see, that's what I'm trying to run. Listen to me. Love that leadership from R.J. Barrett.
Yeah.
Green passes it to Holiday. To Tate, good look at a three ball here for Houston, and he aired it, and he's going to hear it from the Toronto crowd. He's getting it from a couple of dudes courtside right now, just in front of us.
Good closeout there, too, though, by Gary Trent to be on the case.
56-47. Raptors leading by 9. Scotty Barnes has got it right now. Barnes, far elbow, lobs a pass. Great job to Pirtle, and he blew the layup. He was right under the tin, and a very rare miss from the highly efficient Jakob Pirtle. And now Scotty Barnes gets called on a foul against Whitmore out near center court. Scotty not happy.
Well,
with Brandon Schwab.
I get it because of all the other contact that's going on. I mean, that's out in the middle of the floor, sure, but there's all kinds of other contact going on, and the argument is, well, if you're going to call that, then call it all the time.
Well, Scotty was trying to say to Schwab that he stepped back and even had his hands at the side, at his side. And Schwab, it seemed like he was saying, Jonesy, no, but you kind of came forward and pushed back, initiated contact. But it's got to be a little give and take.
If the guy backs up with the dribble, I'm taught as a defender, stay in my stance and come forward like a fencer or somebody, you know, stay low.
And what's the other option? You let him push you over, and then what? You're going to get called for a flop potentially? Quickly, sidestep, free ball, near wing, no good. Pirtle couldn't get to it. Tried to tap it out, but it's picked off near center court by Holiday. And look out down the floor. Whitmore went for a dunk. Barnes stood in to try and take the charge. They say play on. No foul either way. Raptors working around and get a Gary Trent triple. And Whitmore's flexing his right wrist right now. That was one heck of a play from Scotty Barnes. Houston back the other way, missing on a scoop was Green, and it goes out of bounds off Houston, and Toronto's going to have the ball. I'm still shaking over that Scotty Barnes play, Jonesy.
Well, Scotty stood in, was going to take the charge, and I'm surprised that there was no call either way, either a charge or a block, but Scotty stood his ground.
Raptors can't get a quickly three ball, so they get back on D. Holiday's got it right now, driving on the far side, got by Pirtle, he recovered and got the contest and the block. Raptors with the rebound across center comes Barrett. Under a minute to go in the first half. Toronto leading by 10, 59-49. Quickly, to Trent, back to Barrett on the near side, inside the arc to Scotty Barnes, and they're going to call Whitmore now with the push on Scotty. So maybe a little, I don't know if it's a makeup, but a little tit for tat at least.
Scotty was purposeful in that one.
Yep.
The way he posted up with the strength, holding his ground, saying, I'm not moving. If you're moving, you're going to have to push me, and that's going to be noticeable and visible in the eyes of the official.
Trent inbounding from the near side to Barnes. Scotty holding the ball out on the perimeter, goes out far side to Barrett. Shot clock at 5, drives by Jeff Green, fires a cross-court pass to Gary Trent in the near corner, and Trent couldn't knock it down in front of the Houston bench. Raptors leading by 10. Rockets will have to give it up. Holiday has it at center court, standing on the logo. Milking the clock down. Again, though, there's about a 10-11 second differential. Holiday out on the far side, weaving through traffic along the baseline, tried to find Whitmore, bobbled it, and it's picked up by the Raptors. Quickly's got it, and he'll bring it up across center. Raptors will hold for the last shot. Again, they lead by 10. They were up 14 after one. Quickly drives into the paint, kisses it high off glass, miss. Cleaned up by Barnes. Back in the tin with .3 remaining. What a job by the Raptors. And Ime Udoka right now going after Courtney Kirkland, the official. He didn't like what happened. I'm not sure if we had a push in the back or what, but either way, he was not happy with something that the Raptors allegedly did. He's still talking to Kirkland. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a T going into the half here, Jonesy.
Interesting, quickly went down after that attempted layup and lay on the floor. Bruce Brown sprinted from the Raptor bench.
And the conversation still continuing at center court. Ime Udoka has been teed up. I don't think he's been ejected. There wasn't two there, was he? Now officials, security officials are on the floor, not just from the Houston Rockets, but I'm talking Scotiabank Arena officials. The security standing in front of Udoka and trying to separate him from officials. Now he did seem to get in a few more words, and both the referees and the head coach nodding heads and trying to kind of clear the air. Fred VanVleet now out on the court talking to Brandon Schwab. I believe it is just going to be one technical foul called against Ime Udoka. Trying to get word, though, if he's been ejected or not. One official
one
said,
technical foul.
No, but somebody else is saying courtside, not an ejection, just one T. Just one T. All right. There you have it, folks. So the Raptors will start the second half with a free throw. And Jonesy, what a turnaround for the Raptors as they led by 14, gave up a 19-2 run to trail by 3, only to storm all the way back and take a 12-point lead.
Well, they turned up the intensity when they had to, and that was the biggest thing that Houston did to start the quarter. Toronto matched that, and the lead that they had at the end of the first quarter that was 14, not quite the same, but still pretty good at 12.
Halftime is coming up next with the Raptors leading 61-49 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Move up to Heathwood. Hi, I'm Hugh Heron. Experience true luxury at Williamsburg Green in Kitchener. Heathwood's all-brick single-family homes come with a long list of features you've always dreamed of. Gourmet kitchens, freestanding tubs, and even fully finished lower levels. Dare to compare and you'll see why it's time to move up to Heathwood. Learn more at heathwood.com.
And a truck or two men, and a truck or two men, and a truck or two men, and a truck. Say two in a truck, .ca. So when you gotta move, all moving day. Think two in a truck, .ca. Cause all of us movers are not the same. So that's our company name, Two Men in a Truck.ca. We're lots of men with lots of trucks, so give us a call today.
Two is better than one. Porter Airlines now flies out of 2 Toronto airports. That's both Billy Bishop and Toronto Pearson. It's the same Porter service that you've enjoyed for more than 17 years. Now with the additional benefit of 2 airports. More destinations, more choices, along with the reassuringly excellent service of Porter. Book Billy Bishop or Toronto Pearson at flyporter.com and actually enjoy economy.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you at the half. The Raptors leading the Rockets 61-49 at the half. Cam Whitmore's got 17 off the bench for the Rockets, but he's the only player in double figures. Toronto doing a solid job against Şengün in the first half with only 4 points. He torched Toronto a week ago, and they are definitely holding him in check right now. For the Raptors, 15 points for Quickly. Barrett's got 12 off the bench. Brown has 11. And the Raptors shooting 48% with a 12-point lead, 61-49. When we come back, you're going to hear from former NBA player Ryan Hollins. He'll break down things from a Rockets perspective. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Ron is a teacher helping bright minds, but this time he needed help. Alpine Credit sent a cosmic superhero with a debt consolidation loan. She conjured a magic book, Debt Consolidation 101. Lesson 1, consolidate debt into one low monthly payment. Lesson 2, nothing. It's a short book. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. FISRA license 12616.
And a truck or two, and a truck or two, and a truck or two, and a truck. Say two in a truck, .ca. So when you gotta move, all moving day. Think two in a truck, .ca. Cause all of us movers are not the same. So that's our company name, 2 men in a truck.ca. We're lots of men with lots of trucks, so give us a call today.
Hi, Nancy here from Speedy Glass. As windshield experts, we know that a small chip can quickly become a big crack. If your windshield is cracked, you need to replace it right away, and now is the best time to do so. For a limited time only, receive a $25 gas gift card by replacing your windshield with one of our certified experts. We'll get you back on the road quickly and with an extra $25 in your pocket. Hurry! This offer ends on March 1st. Visit speedyglass.ca to book an appointment at the service center nearest you. Details and conditions at speedyglass.ca.
Valentine's Day is more than a moment, more than a meal or a single romantic gesture. It's an opportunity to celebrate each other. This Valentine's Day, gift your loved one a getaway for two at Thermea Spa Village Whitby. Celebrate with a restorative spa experience that reverberates beyond the moment. Discover the new alone time together. Visit thermea.com/Whitby to book your getaway or purchase a gift certificate. Take good care.
Ontario is building up our nursing workforce. Since 2018, over 80,000 new nurses have registered to work in Ontario. Last year, we added a record 17,000 new nurses with another 30,000 nursing students in school. We're investing millions in new programs that pay for nurses' education and breaking down barriers so they can get to work sooner. Learn more at ontario.ca/yourhealth. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. At the half, the Raptors leading the Rockets 61-49 on the latest edition of Smith and Jones. Jonesy and I had a chance to chat with former NBAer, current Rockets television analyst, Ryan Hollins. Very young team in Houston, but with a couple of solid vets that aren't old heads yet, that are still vets in their prime that are playing and contributing. How much does that make as a difference to a team? Vets that can still do it, not just talk it, but then Fred specifically and the impact that he's made with the Rockets.
Huge, because the Rockets, it's almost, a poor man's version of the impact you saw that Chris Paul had in Oklahoma City, because Fred's a lot younger. And he's not Chris Paul, but he's right on par with that assist-to-turnover ratio. And I think that the average basketball eye doesn't realize how many different ways that Fred impacts the game if he's not scoring. He's tough as nails defensively. He's disciplined. We have, I think, the best fast break defense in the league because Fred is a dog and unbelievable at getting back. But the Rockets are always in the right spots. They run plays. Guys are getting where they need to go. And Fred has just changed this organization. But his toughness, man, it's a guy like he steps up. And we've seen the Rockets in some, predicaments. And Fred goes, time to take the game over, time to score. The clutch baskets that he's willing to hit, man. But he has a true heart of a champion. So Fred's been unbelievable, man. And if you look at the Rockets last year, you look at the Rockets this year, you'll go, wow, Freddie's special, man. And for those, a lot of people may not get it, but those who watch and understand and know him, man, you truly see it. He may be the toughest guy in the NBA.
Full disclosure here, I'm on the board with Canada Basketball, and I would take this guy on my team every day, but I'm going to give you a statement here, and you answer me true or false. Dillon Brooks is a guy that every championship team needs, a kind of guy that every championship team needs. True or false?
True. He's your emotional leader. We see it with Draymond. We see what was the Dennis Rodman maybe per se? Like, he's that role. Like, you have to have a guy that's willing to go up to the line, and like, he don't care about nothing but winning. He don't care about your feelings. He don't care what you think about him. Like, he just cares about winning. And, man, Dillon has been that way from day one. And I want people to notice, like, and I'm sure you guys have dealings with Dillon. He's so calm. He's so reserved, so thoughtful, so go out of his way and help people out. Like, that dude off the court is an angel, man. And on the court, it's just business. He don't have no friends. But that's the guy you want on your team. Man, he's, again, as much as Freddie's changed the offense, he's changed the defense. And he is a piece of a championship. Make no mistake.
If you were in a jersey on the floor still on the opposing team, would you be saying the same thing? Or would it be, man, this guy is annoying as hell. Man, I don't like this guy. Or would it be, I really don't like this guy, but I understand what he's doing, and damn, I wish he was on my team?
I wish he was on my team. I had it with Mario Chalmers. I couldn't stand Mario Chalmers. Every time I set a screen, he would elbow me in my side. He would talk some trash. And, like, we played in Memphis together, and it was like, I couldn't wait to play with you. Like, he's one of those guys. So it would be the respect for Dillon, because he competes, man. Like, that dude competes, and you can't help but love him. Like, man, it's crazy. I'm not going to say nothing. I've seen guys take rest days. Like, I don't want to see Dillon Brooks tomorrow. I don't want to see Dillon Brooks. We thought you were healthy. Now I don't want to see Dillon Brooks. So he's one of those guys, man. And truly one of my favorites, man.
That was former NBA big man Ryan Hollins from the latest edition of Smith and Jones. It's out right now, folks. Make sure you go download it, subscribe, download, rate, review, and share. When we come back, second half action with the Raptors leading the Rockets 61-49 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Sandra and Kabir are celebrating 50 years of marriage by turning their boring bedroom into a spicy one. Oh, my. Alpine Credit sent a super strength hero to help with a home renovation loan. New floors, windows, a heart-shaped button that plays this tune. Okay, I think that's quite enough. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Fiscal license 12616.
Move up to Heathwood. Hi, I'm Hugh Heron. Experience a new level of luxury at Williamsburg Green. Your new single-family home will have all the modern features you dream about, even a fully finished lower level. Kitchener's newest master plan community with bike trails, parks, and a new library. Williamsburg Green has it all. It's time to move up to Heathwood. Learn more at heathwood.com.
Men and a truck or two men and a truck or two men and a truck or two men and a truck. Take two men and a truck.ca. So when you gotta move, all moving day. Take two men and a truck.ca. Cause all of us movers are not the same. So that's our company name, two men and a truck.ca. We're lots of men with lots of trucks. So give us a call today.
Great goal! Let's go to Dave at the bench. Oh, what a shot, Gord. Last time we spoke, you had been really tired. Not anymore.
Yeah, I was losing sleep. I was snoring every night. Then I saw Dr. Pillersdorf, and she treated my snoring with her laser and gave me an oral appliance, like a sports mouth guard, for my sleep apnea. Now my wife and I sleep restfully.
Thanks, Gord. Problem snoring? Suffer from sleep apnea? Book an appointment with Dr. Paulette Pillersdorf. Call 647-243-2006.
Unhibernate. Verb. To laugh in the face of snow because you drive a Subaru. As in, when I unhibernate, I have the roads all to myself because my Subaru has symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and others don't. Or, the award-winning safety in my Subaru means I can unhibernate all winter while my neighbors stare longingly from their bedroom windows. Or my favorite usage. I'm going to unhibernate this winter by visiting my local Subaru dealer today. Welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590. The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Getting set to start the second half. The Raptors leading the Houston Rockets 61-49. There was indeed a technical foul called against Ime Udoka to close out the second quarter, so this second half will begin with the Raptors shooting a free throw. I do want to remind folks that Bet River Sportsbook and Casino is here, and it's your home for chance this basketball season. Download the app featuring thousands of action-packed bets, thrilling slots, and exciting table games for you to enjoy all season long. Bet Rivers and Raptors basketball on Sportsnet. It's time to take a chance. Must be 19 plus, available in Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you have questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge. Scotty Barnes hits the free throw to start the second half. So the Raptors now leading by 13 at 62-49. And Jonesy, we've got an update regarding the officials.
Yes, Courtney Kirkland, a little bit under the weather, so will not be out for the second half as R.J. Barrett drives and gets a bucket. So we're going back to the old two-man refereeing system between Brandon Schwab and Justin Van Dyne, and it would be interesting to see how they do it, because that's the way I learned to referee, with two officials, and one guy is low on the baseline, the other guy is high, and you're on opposite sides on a diagonal. And that's what they're doing now.
Come on, we got Steve Foxcroft sitting there. Get him to jump over the boards and throw on a gray shirt. Let's go.
Sure.
Barrett finishes on the free throw, so the three-point play is good, and the Raptors have opened up a 16-point lead, their largest of the night. Houston back the other way. Jabari Smith couldn't come up with the bucket, but the Rockets get the rebound. Second chance opportunity, no good on a triple far wing for Green. But again, another rebound for the Rockets, and it turns into Şengün driving to the tin, fouled, and he's going to the free throw line.
Interesting, because R.J. Barrett almost had that one and had it taken away from him.
So Şengün goes to the free throw line. Barely a minute gone by in the third quarter. Raptors leading 65-49. Jonesy, the Raptors gave up a 19-2 run to start the second quarter and saw their 14-point lead evaporate, and now they lead by 16. Got to double check here what this run is now for the Raptors going back to third quarter, as Şengün misses the opening free throw. Let's see if I can do the math quick, so if you smell anything, you know what it is. My brain will be burning. Şengün gets the second one to go. I can't figure it out right now. I'll get Jared Manitz to look it up. Raptors leading 65-50. It's a 15-point lead. Don't let my kid know. His marks came back from school today. I wasn't happy with his math mark, but if he's listening right now, he'll be like, Dad, you can't say a word. You can't say a word, man. You can't even add.
We have strength in other places.
I'm still trying to figure out what those are, too. For me, not my kid. Barrett into Trent, drops it to Pirtle. Strong take by Yak, down in the paint with the shot clock winding down, turns, fires, and kisses it off glass.
Classic big man move by Pirtle there, as he did a really nice job posting up.
Dylan Brooks with only 2 points in the game gives it up far side to Şengün, to Green, back to Şengün, to the cutter under the 10. Missing that one was Thompson, but we're wiping out the play and going the other way.
Quickly with a strong rebound. Doing a nice job on the boards tonight. IQ with his 5th rebound.
How about the job the Raptors are doing on Şengün, who just picked up his 2nd foul. He's got 5 points, 5 rebounds, and Jonesy 0 assists. He's one of only 5 players in the league averaging 21, 9, and 5 in terms of points, rebounds, and assists. And he torched Toronto for 28 points through 3 quarters last week. He's got 5 right now and no assists. Barnes misses in the lane, battling down low with Jabari Smith for the rebound, can't squeeze, and it goes out of bounds on the baseline. Scotty tonight has struggled offensively, just 2 of 7, but he's got a team-high, game-high 6 assists, adding 4 rebounds as well with his 5 points. 2 minutes, well, just a little bit less than 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Şengün through the paint, that looked like a walk. Either way, the Rockets just turned it over. Here comes Quickly. Running floater, rim glassing in for Quickly, and the Rockets now trail by 19. Jalen Green brings it across center for the Rockets. Over to Şengün above the far elbow. Trying to go at Pirtle now, drives to the 10, help came, foul comes in, but they are making it tough on Alperen Şengün right now.
Yeah, which is what you want to.
Yep.
I mean, as the guy who's their main guy.
Şengün's trying to go to the free throw line. He thought he was going to get shots. And they're saying sideline out of bounds, so Şengün not happy about that one. I'm not surprised by that, though. It looked like it was a pass off anyway, so I'm not sure why he's upset about it, as Green will now get set to inbound from the near sideline, just to the right of his bench. Whitmore checks in now for the Rockets as Jabari Smith sits down. Green gives it up to Whitmore, got in the paint, lost the handle. Another turnover, the 14th for the Rockets. Barrett over on the far sideline to Quickly, up fake, sets the feet, busted. What a shot, what a sequence for Quickly.
Well, Udoka looking it over, has yet to call the timeout. His team is down 22. Gonna let him figure it out, I guess.
Approaching 3 minutes gone by in the third. Whitmore on the near side. Sidestep, thought about the 3 instead. A beautiful pass as he whipped it down low to Thompson, who calmly, softly dunks it down. Raptors up 72-52. 8:50 to go here in the third. Quickly brings it across center. 20 points in the ballgame for Quickly. Hands it off to Barrett, over to Pirtle. Out on the far wing. Turns past Şengün. Drives to the 10 and dunks it down. Wow.
Last week, that was Pirtle's first game back when Şengün had that good game. Don't tell me Jakob hasn't put that in the memory bank.
Green weaving through traffic, got to the 10 and curled a layup in over the shoulder. Pretty move there by Jalen Green. 74-54, Raptors again by 20. Quickly calls out the play, dips behind a Pirtle screen, gets into the paint, was looking for Pirtle instead, floats a pass back out far side to Trent. Trent trying to shake free from Brooks. Shot clock down to 7. Trent way out there, lost the handle, it squirts out of bounds, and as he battles Brooks for it, he loses it, and it goes out of bounds. 7th turnover for the Raptors, and a bit of a sloppy sequence there for Gary Trent.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks made that by pushing up on Gary Trent when he backed up on the dribble.
8 minutes to go in this third quarter. Şengün's got above the arc. Hands it off now to Thompson. Thompson on the far side, tried to go cross-court and does to Holiday. Driving along the baseline, goes back out cross-court to Thompson, and he's going to get called for the walk. Got those feet moving before putting the ball down, and we wipe it out on another turnover from the Houston Rockets. They have been coughing it up a ton tonight, and don't tell me they miss their floor general in Fred VanVleet. 15 turnovers for the Houston Rockets, giving up 23 points off turnovers. Quickly on the near side. Dribble still alive as he tries to cross up Green, drives toward the paint, kisses it high up glass. bounces out of the tin, picked up by Pirtle. He turns, fires, fouled, and Yak is going to the stripe.
Well, 10 points, 10 rebounds for Pirtle. You talk about Şengün with half of those totals, 5 and 5, no assists. Şengün only 2 of 6. Like I said, Jakob aggressive tonight, and don't think that's not in the. You know, he would say otherwise, and probably not admit to.
Yep.
You know, having that game earmarked or circled, but that was his first one back. The Raptors blown out, didn't play well. You know, you always come up a little bit short after you've been off for a while, and he's making up right now for all of that.
Pirtle with a laser on the first free throw, and it goes. Second one coming right now for Yak, and that one clean as well. Love to see the big man dropping it down from the stripe as the Raptors open up again, a 22-point lead at 76-54. Green over to Şengün. Far wing above the arc, now inside the arc. Looked at Pirtle for a moment, gave it back to Green. Green out on the far side, trying to shake free from Scotty Barnes. Back to Şengün, back to Green. Into the paint, drops a pass down low to Thompson with a reverse two-hand dunk. Pretty ball movement there from the Rockets.
Penetrating dribble creates all kinds of issues.
Barnes has it straight away inside the arc, trying to go at Brooks. Gets into the paint, turns, fires, and couldn't get that one to go. He's been off with his offense tonight, just 2 of 8. Thompson to Şengün, driving on Pirtle. Yak stands his ground. Şengün turns though, spins, and finishes off glass.
Nice move by Şengün. He's a really good ball handler.
Quickly brings it across center, and Darko wants to talk about things with 6:34 to go in the third.
Pretty good pace still maintained by the Raptors. Lead is 18. Just got to kind of keep Houston at bay for a little while here.
Again, approaching the midway point of the third quarter, the Raptors have an 18-point lead at 76-58. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
You've heard that sound before. A basketball going off the backboard and in. A bank shot. Well, that's actually the sound of a fan winning a Raptors jersey. That's the sound of a fan getting a signed Raptors basketball. And that's a fan scoring tickets to the NBA Finals. With the Tangerine Bank Shot contest, every bank shot the Raptors score this season wins a fan a prize. Enter for a chance to win at tangerine.ca/bankshot. Tangerine, that's forward banking.
Being an internet company, we know you have a lot of questions.
What's Telmax? What's fiber optic? How do I turn it on?
Let's clear things up. Telmax is a local internet company. Telmax offers 100% pure fiber internet to your home. Telmax has been ranked as the fastest internet service in Canada by PC Mag for 2 years in a row. It's that fast. Curious? We'll answer your questions. Buy your internet, TV, and phone services online at telmax.com. Telmax, connecting communities to the world around us.
Stay cool in the cold at Don Valley North Lexus. Right now, lease the 2024 NX250 Signature Package from just $588 per month for 24 months at 3.5%. Plus, qualified Lexus loyalty guests receive a lease rate reduction of up to 2% for rates as low as 1.5%. See DonValleyNorthLexus.com for details.
A proud member of Wayne's Auto Group. This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Raptors leading the Rockets 76-58. A balanced attack thus far from the Raptors. And Jonesy, Toronto looking pretty solid tonight. The one thing that's not a concern, but it stands out, I suppose. He's doing a solid job as a playmaker, but Scotty Barnes with only 5 points on 2 of 8 shooting. Quickly's got 20. Barrett's got 15. Pirtle with 12. Scotty has not been great offensively over the last few games. Been okay, but 3 straight games with 18 or less, and it's the longest stretch of the season that he's gone without 20 or more.
Yeah, I'll say this, though. The good thing is he's finding a way to impact the game with the 6 assists and the 4 rebounds and still being aggressive. So let's see if he finds his offense later in the game.
Out of the timeout, quickly inbounds to Pirtle, gives it back to Quickly as Grady Dick checks in out of this timeout. It's Pirtle, Quickly, Barrett, Trent, and Dick driving along the baseline, going up and under on a reverse. It's R.J. Barrett.
Well, great job. Again, getting downhill, keeping the dribble alive, probing, being aggressive with it all the way.
He's got 17 now on an extremely efficient 7 of 8 shooting. Holiday. Over to Green, who was looking for Şengün, picked off by R.J. Barrett.
Good defensive rotation on the X-out.
And a beautiful pass to Pirtle down low, kicks out far corner to Dick for 3, who missed that one. It rattled a couple of rims and popped out. Grady off the bench tonight, 1 of 3, but he's played some active minutes. Şengün bobbled the ball, got it back. On the near side, goes back up top to Green. Rockets working around the perimeter, and they net a 3-ball as Brooks found Holiday in the far corner.
Well, Raptors got caught on the near side of the floor, and the ball movement pretty good from Houston, just couldn't catch up to it.
78-61. Holiday hounding Quickly, who lost the ball, goes into Gucci Row.
And they got ice all over. Yeah, that's a fine.
Come on now.
That's a fine.
You're sitting in those Gucci seats, put a lid on or at least protect the ball.
Yeah, that's a fine.
Come on now.
That's weak.
And if that's an alcoholic beverage, you just lost your citizenship for 1 week.
Well, it serves you right if it's an alcoholic beverage for not protecting it. So
I'm going to revoke your Canadian citizenship for 7 days. Please go to the nearest Service Ontario location to resubmit and get your passport and license back. 78-61 as the Raptors lead by 17 with 5:26 to go in this third quarter. It's taking 5 people with towels to clean up the mess on the court. Where are they when I spill something at my house? I usually just call for the dog.
It's the vacuum cleaner right there.
Gary Trent inbounds right beside the spillage as he gives it Quickly over to Pirtle. Pirtle now driving into the paint, right into the chest of Şengün, throws it off glass, missed it. Loose ball tapped out, picked up by Gary Trent near center, fresh 14. Trent cross court to Quickly, whips it over to Grady Dick near sideline, 3-ball, no good. Down low, yes. I was going to wonder if they caught it. They're going to call an offensive foul, check that, a defensive foul, loose ball foul on the Houston Rockets as they shoved Pirtle out of the way.
Pirtle
the ball's going to stay with the Raptors.
Pirtle doing a good job of taking up position, anticipating the shot, where the rebound might end up.
Grady gets it in from the near sideline to Barrett to Pirtle. Pirtle hands it off now to Quickly at the logo. Quickly dipping around a Pirtle screen. Pirtle sets it again. Brooks got caught up in it. They fire back over to Grady. Sidestep, triple, up and in for Grady Dick. Great footwork there from Grady.
He's hunting the shot right now, just trying to be more aggressive, and it's paying off.
4:45 to go third quarter. Raptors again leading by 20. Houston, it's Tate back up top. 3-ball, released, back rim, no good. Green couldn't come up with it. Jalen Green for the Rockets, and here come the Raptors. RJ sees a seam, blows by his teammate Brooks, and blew the layup, unfortunately.
It's a great move to get to the basket.
And Brooks answers back with a 3-ball from the far wing. His first triple and only his second field goal. Raptors should have been up 22 right there.
Yeah, and it's 17, and I'm kind of marking that like you never know. Like, hopefully that doesn't give Houston any life.
Quickly gets it down to the baseline, kicks back out to RJ for 3, missed that one. So RJ started the game 7 of 8, has now missed 2 straight on 2 straight possessions. Some wholesale changes coming in a moment for the Houston Rockets. Driving along the baseline far side, Dylan Brooks drew in defenders, kicked it to Holiday for 3, who knocks it down right in front of his bench, and the Rockets on a 6-0 run have cut it to 14.
Well, there you go, right? Should have been 22. A couple of threes after that. Now all of a sudden, it's 14.
81-67 with 3.5 minutes to go in the third. Pirtle on the far wing to Trent. Gary gets to the free throw line. Clean look, back rim, no good. Here come the Rockets. The run could continue. Green, Jalen Green, driving down the floor, steps around quickly and misses the layup. The Raptors get the rebound. Far side, it's Gary Trent. Over on the sideline to Barrett. Into the paint. Beautiful pass to Pirtle. who lays it in. RJ with the eyes.
Great pass off the dribble with the right hand by RJ. Pirtle has great hands, a great catch down there.
And now 7 assists for RJ. Houston coming back, driving to the tin and missing. But a foul coming in. And there will be free throws after the timeout for Dylan Brooks. It currently sits at 83-67. The Raptors with a 16-point lead with 2:55 to go in the third, but Houston's trying to make a muscle. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Move up to Heathwood. Hi, I'm Hugh Herron. Experience true luxury at Williamsburg Green in Kitchener. Williamsburg Green is everything you want in a community. Enjoy fabulous trails, parks, playgrounds, sports areas, and more. Our beautiful all-brick homes include luxury features you've always dreamed of, even a fully finished lower level. It's time to move up to Heathwood. Learn more at heathwood.com.
Unhibernate. Verb. To laugh in the face of snow because you drive a Subaru. As in, when I unhibernate, I have the roads all to myself because my Subaru has symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and others don't. Or, the award-winning safety in my Subaru means I can unhibernate all winter while my neighbors stare longingly from their bedroom windows. Or my favorite usage, I'm going to unhibernate this winter by visiting my local Subaru dealer today. Welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
Men and a truck or two men and a truck or two men and a truck or two men and a truck. Take two in a truck, .ca. So when you gotta move, all moving day. Take two in a truck, .ca. Cause all of us movers are not the same. So that's our company name, Two Men in a Truck.ca. We're lots of men with lots of trucks, so give us a call today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Back at Scotiabank Arena, Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 2:55 to go in the third quarter. The Raptors leading 83-67. RJ Barrett, Jonesy, 7 of 10 tonight for 17 points, a team-high, game-high 7 assists, adding 4 rebounds. Solid ball game overall for RJ Barrett. Double-double for Jakob Poeltl with 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 20 points for Emmanuel Quickly. Off the bench, Bruce Brown with 11 points in only 11 minutes. And I'm a little bit surprised that we have not seen Kelly Olynyk in this ballgame.
I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen Kelly as yet, but listen, the team's rolling right now, so keep it going. Dangerous time now, though, Eric. Raptors have cut it to 14. Little momentum. Let's see if the Raptors can muscle up a little bit.
Raptors shooting 47% as a team. The Rockets at 43%. A couple of free throws coming right now for Dylan Brooks. First one goes down. Brooks with 6 points in the ballgame on 2 of 7. He was so good for Team Canada this past summer.
Yeah, we had a great chat about that before the game.
Second free throw goes down, so again, the Rockets have cut it to 14. It was as high for the Raptors as 22. Rockets were trailing by 20 just about a minute ago, got back-to-back triples to cut it to 14, and that's where we stand right now. Raptors trying to respond on this offensive possession. Barnes, Quickly, Dick, Porter, and Brown on the floor. Baseline far side, Barnes cross-court to Dick. He's got to get it off, and he won't.
Well, Scotty couldn't get past Dylan Brooks, and then when he realized it was just too late, Grady, in being aware of that, has got to be maybe ready to catch and shoot or catch and shot fake, get the defender off balance, and get a foul to get bailed out.
8th turnover of the game for the Raptors. Jeff Green drives far side, missed it. Grady Dick went flying through the saloon doors, but they said play on, and Jeff Green missed the shot. Raptors grab the rebound, and down the floor they come. Quickly to Brown, back to Quickly, above the arc. quickly, trying to direct traffic. He's thinking about going one-on-one with Green. Drives into the paint, kicks back out to Brown for three. Had a good look, but couldn't knock it down from the near side. Driving on the far side for Houston, that was Thompson. And we've got a foul coming in on the floor. Thompson, in trying to drive to the tin, sort of threw it up at the rim after the whistle, and we had a wedgie. The ball jammed up between the glass and the rim.
Shouldn't happen like that.
Underinflated?
Totally underinflated. Got that Eric Smith basketball camp inflation.
Where's Tom Brady?
This is the old trick at basketball camp. Underinflate the ball, make the kids dribble it better, harder, and improve the handle.
Houston inbounds the ball. Holiday's got it right now. Straight away, dips behind a screen set by Green. Misses the triple, and Grady Dick goes high for the rebound. Dick across center, turns around, gives it to Brown. Brown straight away. Jeff Green in front of him. Bounces it over to Porter at the near elbow. Porter lobs a pass over his shoulder to a cutting Bruce Brown. Yeah. They're going to call a foul against Brown on a push-off.
Good idea.
That was a tough pass from Porter.
Good idea. Tough pass, and that was like offensive pass interference by Bruce Brown to prevent an interception. Just pushing the defender in the back.
Right about that.
Or if you're going to get a turnover, might as well make it a dead ball turnover.
Under 90 seconds to go now in the third. Raptors with an interesting lineup on the floor, to say the least. Not a lot of offense out there. And a foul coming in against Bruce Brown, and that was a reaction foul big time. I mean, I understand there's only two officials on the floor, but that foul was called after Dylan Brooks fell to the floor.
Oh, yeah.
And was already on the ground.
Dylan
Brooks locked arms with Brown and then let him go and fell to the floor.
Just fighting for position. And that was a, wait a minute, we're fighting for position. I'm losing this fight. Let me embellish it a little bit and see if
Rockets a point away from chopping 10 off what was once a 22-point lead. Brooks hit the first, knocks down the second as well, and there it is. The lead has been cut to 12. It was as high as 22 in this quarter.
They had a chance to make it 22 again.
Yep.
And they haven't scored since. 1 point since.
Brown through the paint, was going right to left, then tried to scoop it up with his right hand instead of his left, and it was blocked quite easily by Jeff Green.
Yeah, you got to use the left-hand baby hook there. Go across your body. That'll create contact from the defender if he tries to block, and you got a chance for an and one, if not two free throws.
Barnes inbounds from the baseline to a cutting Jonte Porter, who dunks it down and puts the Raptors up 14.
That was caused by the hard cut by Grady Dick coming off the screen. Drew both defenders, and Porter able to ride it to the basket.
Thompson to Jeff Green on the near side, hands off to Dylan Brooks, turns the corner into the paint. Flailing his arms, draws contact with Porter. They say play on, and the Raptors get the stop and the ball. Wara out on the wing far side, goes back up top to Scotty Barnes, standing on the logo at center. Scotty trying to direct things now. Calls for a Brown screen, gets to the free throw line, goes far corner, three ball, Porter, bucket for Jonte Porter. The big man drops the triple and pushes the lead to 17. Nice response by the Raptors. Holiday trying to shake free from Grady Dick. Grady holding his ground. Holiday goes over to Dylan Brooks far side. Rockets will have to give it up with the clock now sitting at 15, shot clock at 7. Three ball, far wing, no good for Jeff Green. Raptors with the rebound. So Toronto holding off the Rockets' run, and they've got a chance to go up 19, maybe 20 before the quarter ends. Barnes, three ball, good if it goes, front of the rim popped out, no good, and Bullock's heave will be no good at the buzzer as it came after the clock expired. Scotty struggling tonight, folks. 2 of 9 for only 5 points, but he's got 8 assists in the ball game, and the Raptors leading by 17 heading to the final frame.
Well, let's see if they can put it away, see if they can keep the foot down. They've done a really nice job through 3 quarters.
88-71 is the score. Final 12 minutes coming next on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? more money or more vacation. Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
When you're looking to play, Bet Rivers will make your day.
Take a chance, you'll see.
You like slots, we've got lots. Blackjack, roulette, take your shot.
It's where you want to be. Bet Rivers Online Casino has hundreds of slots, live table games, and more.
Take a chance.
Must be 19 plus. Available in Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you have questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, please contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge.
There are many peculiar words in the English language. Words like salivigant, peregrinate, nemophilus, peripatetic, and conviviality. Yet, there is no word for getting the most out of winter in your Subaru, thanks to symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and X-Mode. Until now. We call it unhibernate, as in while your neighbors stay home, you'll be unhibernating all winter in your Subaru. So peregrinate to your local Subaru dealer today, and welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Getting set to start the fourth quarter. The Raptors lead 88-71. Rockets already playing without Fred VanVleet in this ball game, and we're just getting word that Cam Whitmore is back in the Rockets. Tell you what, I'm not saying this negatively because I only wish I had that much hair, but Reggie Bullock's got some funky hairdo going. I don't know if that's like the land of the rising sun or if that's like the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know what the heck's happening with the back of his head. He's got like blue, red, and yellow, but
it does look like the Arizona flag. I will say that.
Man, oh man,
I'll give you that.
It's funky, but heck, if I could have that hair, I'd take it in a heartbeat. Barnes driving to the tin, laying it up and in on the left side. And is it Mr. Fourth Quarter time for Scotty Barnes?
Did a nice job of isolating Jabari Smith Jr. there.
Raptors have pushed the lead to 19 to start this fourth quarter. Jeff Green holding the ball with Jonte Porter on his hip. Hands it off now to Holiday on the near side. Now driving toward the free throw line, kicks it out far wing to Jabari Smith. Three ball no good. Down low, ball tapped around, and it's off Toronto, out of bounds. 14 on the shot clock, fresh 14. It'll be Houston ball on the baseline. Thompson will inbound for the Rockets. Only 37 seconds gone by here in this fourth quarter. Green to Smith. Smith driving toward the baseline far side, and he floats one up and in and gets it to go. Just his third bucket of the game, only 7 points. Not one Rocket is in double figures in terms of their starters. Bench scoring has been their biggest contribution, with Holiday having 10 and Whitmore now out of the ball game with 17. Grady Dick to Scotty Barnes in the paint to the tin, fouled, and he's going to the line. Nice find from Grady as the Raptors have a chance to push the lead back to 19 with Barnes awaiting 2 free throws.
Yeah, nice, really nice look by Grady. Came off the screen, they double teamed him, they blitzed, and he was able to find Scotty in the middle of the lane.
Jones, you said it earlier, but we can emphasize it a little bit more. Grady's numbers aren't going to jump off the page by any means. 6 points with a rebound and an assist and 1 steal. But he looks like he's playing like he fits in, like he knows, and the game is slowed down, and he just doesn't look out of place at all.
Yeah,
he's playing well.
Yeah, his floor game is really, really solid. You know, making the right decisions, making the right pass, even if it doesn't lead to a basket, making the right play. That time, you know, Scotty gets free throws. Grady should get an assist for that.
92-73 as Barnes makes both free throws. Back the other way, Houston gets an open dunk from Jeff Green after Thompson drew in 2 defenders. He dropped it off to Green for the open dunk. 92-75, 10:35 to go in the ball game as Barnes brings it across center, hands to Jonte Porter. Porter out on the perimeter now to Brown. Brown over on the far wing to Barnes. Barnes brings it inside the arc, drops it to Porter. Shot clock at 9. Porter into the paint, turns, fires, misses. Cleaned up by Barnes. Off glass, misses. Gets his own rebound back, misses. Certainly fouled, easily fouled, no call as he gets back the other way. Houston, 3 ball, far corner is good for Bullock.
Down to 14 again. It's too bad. I thought Scotty did a really good job on the
got
offensive
hammered,
glass there. I thought there was contact, enough contact to see a foul.
Barnes to Grady Dick, back to Barnes. Scotty above the arc, pretty much straight away, now fading toward the near side, driving into the paint, gets down to the block, far side, lost the handle, picks it up though. Shot clock down to 3, drives, finishes off glass, miss, no good, cleaned up by Reggie Bullock. Man, oh man.
Scotty was purposeful in that drive.
Pull-up triple the other way is good for Jabari Smith, and the lead has been cut to 11.
Well, just the way the luck of the game goes, Scotty missing 3, albeit contested shots close in, and then all of a sudden it gets turned around. Houston comes back and starts knocking down triples.
92-81. It's an 11-point lead for the Raptors as Houston has gone on another run here with 9:35 to go. It's an 8-0 run, and we've got a ton of ball game to go still, folks. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I just helped Tom with a business loan. He needed to soup up his mechanic shop. Not to brag, but I once modified a car to match my ultra speed. It went so fast, it broke the speed of sound. At least no one was inside. I hope no one was inside. I guess I'll just stick to approving business loans.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
Unhibernate. Verb. To laugh in the face of snow because you drive a Subaru. As in, when I unhibernate, I have the roads all to myself because my Subaru has symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and others don't. Or, the award-winning safety in my Subaru means I can unhibernate all winter while my neighbors stare longingly from their bedroom windows. Or my favorite usage. I'm going to unhibernate this winter by visiting my local Subaru dealer today. Welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Raptors leading the Rockets 92-81 with 9:35 to go in the ballgame. Man, this has been a game of runs, wild runs from both sides. Raptors still, though, Jones, you have to play with the confidence of being on their home floor with a double-digit lead. And they got to punch back right here.
Well, I'll say this. Houston's not going away.
Yep.
And it's kind of classic, you know, the team taking on the personality of the coach. This is an Ime Udoka team. They are just not going away and going to make the Raptors work for everything.
Raptors with the ball out of the timeout. Jakob Poeltl back on the floor for the Raptors out there with Quickly, Brown, Grady Dick, and R.J. Barrett. Scotty getting a breather right now. Barrett gets into lane, gets down to the block far side. Turns, fires out to Quickly. Shot clock down to 3. Quickly's going to have to do something here. Trying to shake free from Bullock. Drives into the paint. Left-hand finish off glass. What a job by Quickly.
Well, great poise. Understanding what he could do in the amount of time. You know, everybody would panic there. Most people would panic. He calmly sized up his defender and drove it to the 10.
Raptors pushed the lead to 13. They tried to find Jeff Green down low. The Rockets just turned it over. Quickly crosses up Green. Elevates. They're going to call it on the floor now. They won't give it the gather, so it's going to be sideline out of bounds. Houston with 17 turnovers in the ballgame. Toronto with a season-high 13 steals on the night. Brown to Grady Dick, flashing into the lane, lobs it up to Poeltl, and Yak is fouled. I think Grady was looking for a dunk potentially from Yak, but the pass was a little bit too low, but it was still a good pass nevertheless to a cutting Jakob Poeltl.
That's just a little chemistry. Grady throw that a little bit higher, and Poeltl may not have been expecting that. Like if he was expecting the lob to be up there and not a bounce pass or something on the ground, he might have gone airborne unless they get the foul.
Quickly over to Poeltl. Poeltl, cross court, left to right, back to Quickly. Faked the pass, got to the baseline, stops on a dime, avoided the travel, but missed the shot. Raptors leading by 13, 94-81. Jeff Green turns the corner on the near side, shot it out of a cannon down at the hoop, and they're going to call a foul on Jakob Poeltl. That might have just been a missed shot from Green, but they're going to bail him out with the foul call against Yak.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, Eric. It sure looked like just a hard drive and a contest.
So Jeff Green, the vet, heads to the free throw line. He's come off the bench tonight, 19 minutes, 6 points, 4 boards, 3 assists. And as he takes the deep breath, sets the feet, and knocks down the first one. Been around a long time and still contributing.
Yeah, Uncle Jeff Green, and I got to tell you, it's even more impressive considering his health issues.
Yeah.
And what he's been through. A real professional. Saw him out here before the game.
Well, Jonesy, tell for those that in the audience that don't know.
Yeah, he had heart surgery. They weren't sure that he was going to play. They found an issue with his heart. He had the surgery and has come back and been a terrific veteran.
Raptor lead cut to 11 as Green gets both free throws back the other way, though. Quickly gets into the paint, the penetration and the finish.
IQ's been so good tonight. 24 points
on 9 of 16. Pretty efficient night overall. Far wing, Dylan Brooks looking at Grady Dick, trying to direct traffic. He wants to go one-on-one with Grady. Goes back up top to Green. Jeff Green now throws the pass back over to Brooks. Brooks trying to work on Barrett. Spinning step back from the far elbow, no good. And battling down low, we got another loose ball foul on Toronto, and they're going to get it on Quickly.
The foul is called on the Raptors number 5 and Quickly. His second on the game. Team foul number 2.
So it'll be sideline out of bounds for the Rockets with a fresh 14. Still a lot of time to go here. 7:49 to go in the ball game. Bullock will do the honors just to the right of his bench. Grady Dick standing in front of Bullock, who gets it into Holiday. Holiday staring down Quickly. Cross court over to Jabari Smith. Back up top to Holiday. Holiday with Quickly on his hip. Tries to shake free from Quickly. Left hand scoop as he was falling to the baseline. No good. Great job by Quickly to hold his ground. Raptors push ahead. Here comes Barrett going right at Brooks into his chest, and Brooks got the block. Two guys that know each other's games very well. Jeff Green
that's
in the
a
lane.
one-on-one in practice, Eric.
And Poeltl held his ground, got the steal, but couldn't stay in bounds as the ball was loose. He tried to push it ahead, but those heels touched the baseline. So it's going to stay with Houston, 16 on the shot clock. Gary Trent Jr. comes back into the ball game. Grady Dick sits down again. I thought Grady did a pretty solid job overall. Raptors leading by 13, 96-83. Brooks out on the wing to Jeff Green. 3-ball is good. Houston's got it down to 10.
Just not going away. They keep fighting. They've got a lot of length on the floor right now, Houston.
Quickly calls out the play, holding one finger out on his right hand. Turns the corner into the paint on the near side, drops it on the baseline to Poeltl, who floats up the one-hander, and it goes. Yak has been so good tonight.
Second assist, only the second for Quickly, but his dribble penetration has been a factor all night.
Thompson, far corner, Bullock, sidestep, 3-ball is up and in for Reggie Bullock.
Trading 2 for 3 is not gonna get it done if you're Toronto. Bullock is a good standstill shooter. I thought they did the right thing that time, making him put it on the ground.
98-89, it's down to single digits. Again, it was as high as 22 in the third quarter, and Quickly just turned it over. Bit of a lazy pass to Poeltl, and it was picked off easily by the Rockets. Houston could get this thing down potentially to 6. Brooks, and they're going to call an offensive foul on the hook. He turned the corner, threw his head back, was trying to bait the officials into a call, but instead they got him for his 4th foul of the game. That's the correct call.
Yeah, I thought Quickly did a good job standing his ground.
Brooks used that off arm to sort of slap at Quickly's arm and then hook as well around the hip. Raptors need a bucket here. Get back into double figures. Quickly trying to shake and bake against Bullock. Hands it off now to Brown. Back up top to Trent. Gary's been a little bit quiet tonight. He's got it out on the far wing. Trying to cross up Thompson. Step back, turnaround jumper, well short for Gary Trent. Tough look there. Just 2 of 9 tonight for Trent. Thompson driving on the near side. Gets down into the paint, cut off by Quickly. Quickly trying to stand his ground. Thompson still trying to go at Quickly. Now goes cross-court over to Green, the veteran with the 3 ball. That one no good. And a put-back jam by Smith. Is it getting wiped out? Yep. They're going to say it was over the cylinder and wipe it out. And Darko wants a timeout.
Yeah, good timeout. Raptors kind of slowing down here as we get towards the finish.
Yeah, for the energy the Raptors have had most of the night, Jonesy, you're right. It's kind of not being met right now or matched. Raptors still leading, though, 98-89, a 9-point advantage with 5:34 to go on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Move up to Heathwood. Hi, I'm Hugh Heron. Experience true luxury at Williamsburg Green in Kitchener. Heathwood's all-brick homes are built with upgraded features and elevated finishes. Chef-inspired kitchens, spa-like en-suites, and a fully finished lower level. Even better, Williamsburg Green has parks, playgrounds, and trails to explore. It's time to move up to Heathwood. Learn more at heathwood.com.
There are many peculiar words in the English language. Words like salivigant, peregrinate, nemophilus, peripatetic, and conviviality. Yet, there is no word for getting the most out of winter in your Subaru, thanks to symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and X-Mode. Until now. We call it unhibernate, as in while your neighbors stay home, you'll be unhibernating all winter in your Subaru. So peregrinate to your local Subaru dealer today, and welcome to uncommon winter confidence.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Raptors leading the Rockets 98-89. Jonesy, I'm going to nitpick a little bit here.
Okay.
I don't know if you're going to agree with me or not. I'm all for honoring Canadian players who come back home. I'm all for giving them their shout-out. Not with 5:34 to go in the fourth quarter of a tight game. This is not the time to be honoring Dillon Brooks. You do that in the first quarter or the second quarter, not with 5.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I would have done it in the first half. Fred in the first quarter, Dillon in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming back. Let's play ball.
Exactly. Dillon Brooks is out there on the floor as an agitator, trying to make things happen, trying to get things going. His team's in the middle of a comeback, and we're going to honor a player on the opposing team. Sorry, not feeling it.
I wonder if they forgot game ups.
Maybe.
Like I
But
wonder
then
if they just,
do it
like,
next year. Do it at the end of the game. Win or lose. Hey, thanks for coming out. Pearl to Barnes straight away inside the arc. 5:20 to go. Scotty staring down Thompson. Drives down toward the block. Spins. Contact from behind from Brooks. It's going to be his 5th foul. And Scotty Barnes is going to the free throw line.
Really, really good job by Scotty to get into the lane.
Barnes steps to the free throw line. The first one is up and in for Scotty. Got to send a shout out to my guy Vino here at Scotiabank Arena. Told you I'd get that in for you, Vino, as Scotty is got 10 points in the ballgame on only 3 of 13, but he started to kind of flirt with a triple-double with the 8 assists and the 7 rebounds. He'll put all aside the personal glory to get the victory, though, with the Raptors now opening up an 11-point lead at 100-89. Far side. Coming along the baseline, Thompson through defenders, kicked out to Brooks for an open 3-ball, and he's now cut it to 8. What was I just talking about?
Yeah, honoring that guy, but that started with Thompson and the penetration.
Pirtle to quickly, a very quick trigger on a 3-ball, a deep one, missed it. Great rebound by Barnes, kicks out to Trent, wide open 3, couldn't knock it down. Gary just 2 of 10 tonight. Smith cutting to the tin, goes cross court to a wide open Brooks, and another one goes down. You've got to be kidding me. The Rockets have cut it to 5.
Well, and that's the way it goes when you don't make yours. A make or miss league. Gary had the same wide open look at the other end and couldn't get it down.
195. Barnes into the paint, went left, turns right, kicks back out. Brown's got it. Shot clock at 4. Brown into the paint, spins, fires, left and short. Barnes cleans it up, blocked underneath, gets it back, puts it in the tin. Hey, pad some stats, plus get the bucket. Under 4 minutes to go.
Wanted the foul, didn't get it, but take the 2.
He's got 13, 10, and 8 now. Thompson drives in, blows a tire. Pirtle holds his ground. Raptors get the turnover quickly. Backdoor. Brown blows the layup. What was he doing? He had a chance to dunk that, and he blew the layup. Raptors should be up 9 right now, but they just got a gift as Thompson throws it out of bounds for the Rockets, and it's another Houston turnover, and Brown with both hands on his head. He knows that he botched a play big time right under the tin.
Well, it happens. It's too bad. The veteran let one go, but as you said, no harm, no foul, no damage done at the other end as Houston throws it away.
Raptors leading 102-95 with 3:35 to go. We will keep it here. Both teams shooting pretty much an even 43-44%. Houston down by 22 in the third quarter, fighting back, but they haven't been able to get it closer than 5, which it was moments ago before Toronto extended it back to 7. So the Raptors doing a solid job of keeping that little brother at arm's length, Jonesy, trying to hold him off. He's nipping at the heels, but the Raptors just not allowing the Rockets to push back, and hopefully if you're a Raptor fan, that continues here in the final 3:35. The Raptors will be back at home tomorrow night, a very rare home back-to-back. And then back on their home floor on Monday against Wemby and the Spurs, and then they welcome Pascal Siakam and the Indiana Pacers next Wednesday on Valentine's Day, the final game before the All-Star break.
Yeah, the 4-game homestand. And then a chance maybe for some of the new guys to try and acclimate. A couple days of practice on the back end.
Quickly drops it to Pirtle. Pirtle to Gary Trent, who came in the back door. Now drops it off to Barrett along the baseline, dunks it down. He snuck around his Team Canada teammate Dylan Brooks and threw down the flush, and Brooks, Jonesy, couldn't do much. He's playing with 5 fouls.
Yeah, Gary Trent started that with his cut and then the dribble penetration.
Holiday 3-ball, left it short off the front of the rim from the near wing, so the Raptors grab the rebound and come down the floor. Barnes on the wing near side. Gets into the paint toward the elbow. Now backs up a little bit on Holiday. He's got the length. Goes back up top to Barrett. RJ thought about the 3. Now he's going to go to Barnes. Shoved by Holiday, no call. Backs down into the paint. Cross-court pass to Quickly. Drives in. High off glass, missed it. Pirtle pushed it out of bounds, or out of the lane, excuse me. Couldn't get to the rebound, and back the other way come the Rockets, and they finish at the rim with a layup from Smith in traffic.
Wow, Jabari Smith, again, with a terrific finish.
Raptor lead is cut to 7 with 2:16 to go. Quickly, near side, cross court, over to Trent. Trent back to Quickly, out near the logo. Pirtle comes high to set a screen. Quickly, trying to shake free now from Holiday. Gets into the paint, just below the free throw line. Turns, fires, rim, glass, and it crawls off. It wouldn't go down for Quickly. Didn't get the friendly hometown roll. Jeff Green to Dylan Brooks. Brooks straight away, trying to work on Barrett. Turns around, fires back out to Green. Holiday along the baseline, back up top to Brooks in the paint. Bunny hop the handoff, and they're going to call the travel on Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, jumped off the left foot, landed on the left foot, and then made the pass. The play made famous by Allen Iverson. For years, they got away with it till they looked at it a little more carefully.
104-97. Raptors with the lead. 90 seconds to play. Barnes has it far side. Getting to the elbow, far elbow. Staring down Jeff Green, bringing it down toward the block. Along the baseline, turns, right-hand hook, and it rolls off the rim. Scotty just has not been able to get that shot to fall tonight, struggling mightily from his offensive end. Brooks into the lane for the Rockets, and a left-hand scoop goes off glass and in. 1:14 to play. The Rockets again have cut it to 5. This is the closest they've been twice in this fourth quarter. Quickly across center.
Real key is the execution here for Toronto. What do they get on this possession?
Quickly out near center now, hands off to Barrett. We're under a minute to go. Barrett drives into the paint among the trees, works it back out to the perimeter, to Quickly, to Trent. Good look at a three, no good. Barnes with the tip, no good. Loose ball is there, picked up by Pirtle, pushed by by Brooks. No call, but the Raptors secure the ball. More time comes off the clock. Quickly out near center, got to step on Brooks, driving on the far side. And we got a foul coming in with Brooks hitting Quickly in the face. Dylan Brooks is going to be out of this game.
No, it's on Thompson.
It's on Thompson?
Thompson was the guy. Brooks was the primary defender, and Brooks was defending, and Thompson came over to help. Thompson came over to help. That's a big offensive rebound, though, by the Raptors. I mean, if they don't get that one, Houston has a chance to cut it to a 3, cuts it to 2, and a 2 makes it a 1-possession game. So
Jonesy, I was blocked out there. It looked like it was on Brooks because he immediately reacted too, like he was about to complain about getting called, but no doubt about that when you were right on top of it, as Thompson clearly caught Quickly on the side of the face. Quickly misses the free throw, only the second miss of the night for the Raptors as a team, and it's Quickly's first miss, and it's a big one. Could have had the Raptors up by 7. You got to at least get this one and push it to 6. 36.8 seconds to play in the ball game. Raptors leading 104-99. Quickly takes a deep breath. Team high, game high, 24 points. He's looking for 25 right here. It's up and it's in. And the Rockets take the timeout.
Well, Udoka has 1 remaining, so I'm guessing they're drawing up a play to go for the 3 on this one. If you're Toronto, defend the 3-point line. Give them the 2. Force them inside the line and don't foul them. Give them 2. I mean, it's still a 2-possession game, and then you're going to have to help them by missing free throws. So pretty, I would say, basic strategy right now if you're Toronto.
Again, a reminder that tomorrow night the Raptors play on the home back-to-back as they play host to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And we will have that game for you right here on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, the Raptors radio network. You can check it out on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca. Our pregame coverage starts at 7 o'clock Eastern with the tip-off coming just after 7:30. So you get a little bonus Smith & Jones tomorrow, again with the pregame at 7 and the tip just after 7:30. Raptors need to take care of business here first, though, leading the Rockets 105-99 with 36.8 seconds to play. Jonesy, Houston called the timeout. I believe the Rockets have 1 more remaining.
Yeah. No,
so what do you think?
They'll go for 3. That's what I figured at the start of the timeout. They will probably set something up to get them 3. Even if they get a 2, it'll have to be a quick 2, and then they have to play the fouling game. So if I'm Toronto, I'm defending the arc more so than anything else.
Jakob Poeltl standing in down low. Thompson inbounding from the near sideline to the right of the Rockets bench. As Thompson looking for Green. He gets it to him. Jeff Green with Quickly on his hip. Hands off to Holiday. along the baseline near side, and he drives to the tin and scoops it up.
That was great. Toronto caused him to kill 6 seconds, and then
got a 2 instead
gave
of a 3.
him a 2.
Yep.
And then they tried for the steal. Ime Udoka thinking about challenging. They tried for the steal, didn't get it, and now there's a foul.
If he uses it, they'll have no timeouts left, but it could be huge to get the possession and the ball if he's right. And he is going to challenge.
So if he's correct, Houston will have the ball out of bounds because...
Gamble worth taking, Jonesy?
Calculated.
I mean, you look like a genius if you end up being right.
Yeah.
But if not, you might be sinking your own ship.
Houston has called a timeout to challenge the ruling of the foul on the play.
It's a gutty play. I don't know if I'd challenge.
We're getting a look at the replay right now. Yeah. Tell you what, Holiday came across and did seem to come across the forearm. Yeah, the elbow, the forearm, and the hand of Scotty Barnes. No?
It looked like it. But I'm just saying with...
If he had gotten just the hand, then you can say hand is part of the ball. But to me, certainly looked like he got the elbow and the forearm as well.
And I would say that he did get those. Did he get the ball first, though? Like, and that's the question, right? That's what they're going to look at. I don't know if there's enough evidence to overturn this.
We're having another look again, folks.
When Scotty had the ball extended away from his body and Holiday reached for it, if he got the ball, it's like my theory on a dunk.
Well, he also bumped into his shoulder, too.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
to me, there's not enough. To me, that's still a foul.
Exactly.
But
it's
we've
like
been wrong many times.
It's like my theory on a dunk. When a guy's going for a dunk and you block it,
yep,
and then you follow through and you hit him on the shoulder or whatever,
right?
You need that force to block the dunk. So they're checking the time as well.
After review, Holiday reaches in and hits all ball prior to any body contact. Therefore, the challenge is successful. The call will be overturned to a no call. At the time of the whistle, it was imminent that Houston had the ball. Therefore, they will maintain possession on the side with 24 on the shot clock.
Wow.
And that's what I said, Eric. Yep. You and I both saw the contact, but sometimes if you hit the ball first, they kind of let that contact go, and that would be...
So the Raptors lead by 4. 29.6 seconds to play, and a fresh full 24 for the Rockets.
Well, because as Justin Van Dyne said, it was imminent that they would have the ball.
Green, a wide open 3-ball. Jeff Green missed it.
Don't challenge that. It was off Scotty. Don't challenge it.
And the Raptor bench, Jonesy, was all over that play. Literally, the bench is screaming, watch Jeff Green popping. Watch Jeff Green popping. And what happened? Jeff Green popped and got a wide open triple, and the Raptors dodged the bullet.
That's why coaches do their homework. And in the summertime, they look at all Houston's high-frequency plays. Like, I've spoken to NBA
Toronto
coaches.
has called timeout to challenge the out-of-bounds call.
I say, well, what do you do in the summer? They say, I sit there and I watch all our team's games, and then I watch the opponents and to look for situations, high-frequency plays. We had a funny comment behind us from a fan. I saw Justin Van Dyne react to it.
One of the fans said, come on, guys, get it right. And Justin Van Dyne heard them loud and clear. And I believe he said, I did. But we're awaiting the replay to confirm. I don't even know if I want to guess because I was wrong on the last one, despite the fact that there was contact. That, to me, looked like it was off Scotty Barnes.
Yeah.
And
That's why I
said,
said,
you were saying don't challenge
it. Like, play the defense.
Now, maybe because the Raptors had 2 timeouts, Jonesy, they still do have another, even if they lose this one. So either way, it's more about the possession, the time, and the scoreboard. The Raptors had a 22-point lead. It was cut to 5. They pushed it back up. It was cut to 5 again, and now it sits at 4. This is the closest Houston has been in this second half, and it could get even closer right now if they ultimately hold control of the ball and have a chance to put 2 or even 3 on the board. Darko Rajakovic has come out pretty much to center court. He's standing near the logo, on the logo, and has pulled his team together. Barrett quickly, Trent, Barnes, and Pirtle. And the coach is talking to his entire team. Quite a long review here. And Justin Van Dyne is not even looking at the screen, so I've got to assume it's somebody at Secaucus at the NBA headquarters is seeing something else. Now he's actually looking at the screen again.
I think what they're also trying to determine, Eric, would be the time.
Yep.
Because the seconds are valuable right now.
Yeah, he's conferring on the headset still. The off-court official, Steve Foxcroft, still there. And we're about to get word right now.
After review by the replay center, the ruling on the floor of Houston ball stands. Therefore, the challenge is unsuccessful.
Yep.
Listen, I don't want to say I told you so, but it just looked to me like
yep.
Houston has their challenge left. Pat Delaney all over the offensive play, looking at the
as
formation.
He was last time.
And that's your job as an assistant coach.
26.1 seconds to go. Shot clock sits at 14. Rockets get it in, out to Jeff Green, far side, hand off the deep triple far wing is good. 22.8 seconds to play. The Rockets have cut it to 1. Barrett gets it into Barnes. Back to Barrett. Barrett in the backcourt, and Houston picks up the foul. 18.9 seconds to play. Don't go away. And Dylan Brooks, after his tribute video, has come alive. I'm telling you.
No, I'm
dude, he's up to 20 points.
I'm laughing because you're right. I'm not. It's a. Remember Happy Days with the Fonz? Give the
5:34 to go. That was the timeout when Dylan Brooks got the tribute video.
He had 9 points.
He's had 11 points in the last 5 minutes.
He had 9 points in 3.5 quarters.
On 2 of 9 shooting, and guess what? He's a perfect 4 of 4 since.
Yeah, he had 9 points in 2.5 quarters, and he's got 11.
Barrett takes care of business at the stripe, pushes the lead to 3, 107-104. Holiday brings it across center for the Rockets. He's out on the wing far side. Barrett in front of him. Holiday splits defenders, goes up top to Jeff Green. Up fake, drives into the paint, kicks back to Holiday on the far wing. 3-ball up, rolls off the rim, bounces around into the hands of the Rockets. Thompson has it back up top. And Houston called a timeout first.
Yes, they
Some
did.
fans courtside were calling for a travel, and I think they were right. But Ime Udoka was calling for a timeout while the Rockets had possession. They're going to put a little more time on the clock. It sits at 1.9 right now, but I think it's going to be 2 point something.
Well, this is where I would use, if I'm Houston, I'm going to say, go back and look at the clock.
2.2.
Go back and look at the clock as to when the timeout was called. I thought the Raptors did a really good job of defending the line and staying on the perimeter. Oh, boy.
Houston got away with a travel. No?
I was looking at the clock on the replay. But it looked like a travel. And there again.
And what's your issue with the clock?
Oh, no, my issue with the clock is if I'm Houston,
well,
I'm saying,
oh boy, so
I'm saying I probably want about 4 seconds. And if I'm Toronto, I'm saying, what about the travel?
Yeah. Tell you what, Jonesy, in today's NBA as well, Holiday turned the corner into the paint. There was a wide open lane to the 10. Could have easily taken the 2, then fouled the Raptors or tried to go for the steal, take the foul, and play it out that way, especially with a timeout remaining.
Yeah.
But he instead kicked it out for a 3, trying to go for the tie. It's easy to be the Monday morning quarterback and second guess, but you had an open look for a 2. Speaking of 2, 2.2 seconds remain. Houston still has a chance to tie it and force overtime. Jakob Poeltl will guard the inbound. Rockets will inbound from the near side, just to the right of their bench. Thompson will do the honors. Holiday, Jeff Green, Jabari Smith, and Dylan Brooks on the floor for Houston. Thompson's got the ball. Pirtle doing jumping jacks in front of him. Thompson gets it to Green, near sideline, turns, fires, left it short off the side of the rim, and the Raptors stand tall on the final play of the game to get the victory. Toronto with a 107-104 win, a hard-fought battle, a heck of a comeback from the Houston Rockets, but Toronto now with back-to-back victories, and this was a fun one.
Well, it was, and I'll give credit at the end of the game to the challenge by R.J. Barrett on Jeff Green. Didn't foul, but was in the vicinity. So the Raptors get a win, a hard-fought win, a tough win, and they had to work for it all the way through.
Getting set to be joined by Emmanuel quickly. He's going to join us right now as Emmanuel puts on the headset. Eric Smith, Paul Jones. Emmanuel, thanks for joining us.
Just so you know, when you give me a birthday gift, you got to double up because we got the same date.
Well, listen, hey, one of the dudes that went out, Pascal Siakam, shared it with me, so you guys can now take the love.
No doubt.
Emmanuel, good to talk to you. A heck of a team win tonight, and the perseverance showed on both sides. You guys built up a big lead. They came back. You built up another big lead. They came back, but walk me through the final few seconds there where it was coming down right down to the wire.
I mean, we were just trying to find a way, honestly. They're a great team. They didn't give up. Credit to that coaching staff. You know, they beat us pretty bad in Houston, so we were just really trying to get back for what they did to us in Houston. But, you know, I'm proud of our team, the way we won. We just found a way.
That was your first game back in Houston, right? And it was, it was Jakob's first game back.
I can barely hear you.
Something's gone wrong with your microphone, Jonesy.
All right.
There, go ahead.
Is that better?
Yep.
It was the first one back for Jakob in Houston. I think, as you said, he had a little bit of get back, but you were really, really aggressive tonight, IQ, on the bounce. Seemed to be able to get to the basket or break their defense down. How much of that did you see on film and you thought, I'm going to look after some of that tonight?
First, all my credit and glory goes to God, head of my life, who gives me the ability to do what I do. And really, like you said, watching the film, just the mindset to be aggressive, to create for myself and my teammates, and just try to be a leader every time I step on the floor. So that was just really my mindset, be aggressive.
A rare home back-to-back. You ready? You got some in the tank for tomorrow night still?
Yeah, we're going to have to find a way. Cleveland's rolling. We're going to have to find a way.
Eric and I had a guy on our show last night that he says he's going to get up to Toronto to see you, Scott Perry.
Scott Perry, that's my guy, man. That's my guy.
Appreciate the time.
Great job.
God bless.
Congrats on the win. There is Emmanuel quickly of the Raptors as Toronto gets the victory over the Houston Rockets, 107-104, the final. Back-to-back wins now, Jonesy, for the Raptors, and they'll look for that elusive 3 in a row. They've been trying to dine out on the coach's dime all season. Can they get a third tomorrow against the Cavs? We'll come back, give you the final stats, then get set for post-game coverage as Toronto beats Houston 107-104 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Breaking story sporting events happen on SiriusXM Sports. Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports.
The National Basketball Association on SiriusXM. For a full list of games and channels, go to SiriusXM.
For the Maple Leafs, they were coming off their second best season in team history, but they lost to Boston in the semifinals that year. With the war going on in Europe as well, some of the Leafs were in the armed forces. GM Conn Smythe, he was also not present at all until late in the season because of his involvement in World War II. A solid season for Toronto placed them in their division, 3 points up on the Rangers. Toronto beat New York in round 1, setting up what would be an historic Stanley Cup Finals with Detroit. The young Red Wings team jumped on top of Toronto early in the series, shocking them, winning both games 2-1 and then 4-2. Heading back to Detroit, Toronto took an early 2-0 lead in Game 3, but they fell and they trailed 3-0. Game 4 in Detroit saw Toronto come back from 2-0 and 3-2 deficits to win 4-3. Then they ran the Wings out of the building in Game 5, winning 9-3. In Game 6, they shut them out and had set up up a Stanley Cup Final Game 7 for the first time in history. And Toronto would complete the comeback with a 3-1 win. That team is the only team in North American sports history to win its championship after going down 3-0 in the finals. Truly one of the greatest comebacks ever, and what a moment, not just for Toronto, but the game of hockey in general. The 1941-1942 Maple Leafs, greatest comeback in NHL history. For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Payton.
Get the latest news, opinion, and analysis from MMA to boxing and the professional wrestling world 24/7. SiriusXM Fight Nation, SiriusXM 156, and the SXM app.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM Sports schedule for Friday, February the 9th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 7 p.m., Philadelphia 76ers take on the Atlanta Hawks. 76ers on Sirius 137 XM 212 and Internet 902. Hawks on Internet 880. 7:30 p.m., Boston Celtics take on the Washington Wizards. Celtics on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 881. Wizards on Internet 909. 7:30 p.m., Toronto Raptors take on the Houston Rockets. Raptors on Sirius and XM channels 167, Internet 907. Rockets on Internet 890. 8 p.m., Milwaukee Bucks take on the Charlotte Hornets. Bucks on Sirius 138, XM 213 and Internet 896. Hornets on Internet 883. 10 p.m., Sacramento Kings face the Denver Nuggets. Kings on Sirius 139, XM 214 and Internet 905. Nuggets on Internet 887. 10:30 p.m., LA Lakers face the New Orleans Pelicans. Lakers on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 893. Pelicans on Internet 898. In the NHL, 8 p.m., Minnesota Wild take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Wild on Sirius 208, XM 219 and Internet 934. Penguins on Internet 942. 8:30 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks face the New York Rangers. Blackhawks on Sirius 209, XM 220 and Internet 926. Rangers on Internet 939. 10 p.m., Anaheim Ducks take on the Edmonton Oilers. Ducks on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 920. Oilers on Internet 931. In NCAA College Men's Basketball, 8 p.m., Nevada takes on San Diego State. The Nevada feed on XM 381, Internet 971. San Diego State on XM 380, Internet 970. In NCAA College Women's Basketball, 9 p.m., Colorado faces Oregon on Sirius 160, XM 197 and Internet 959. 9 p.m., Utah faces Oregon State on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. 11 p.m., UCLA faces Arizona on Sirius 160, XM 197 and Internet 959. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM Sports schedule for Friday, February the 9th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 7 p.m., Philadelphia 76ers take on the Atlanta Hawks. 76ers on Sirius 137, XM 212 and Internet 902. Hawks on Internet 880. 7:30 p.m., Boston Celtics take on the Washington Wizards. Celtics on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 881. Wizards on Internet 909. 7:30 p.m., Toronto Raptors take on the Houston Rockets. Raptors on Sirius and XM channels 167, Internet 907. Rockets on Internet 890. 8 p.m., Milwaukee Bucks take on the Charlotte Hornets. Bucks on Sirius 138, XM 213 and Internet 896. Hornets on Internet 883. 10 p.m., Sacramento Kings face the Denver Nuggets. Kings on Sirius 139, XM 214 and Internet 905. Nuggets on Internet 887. 10:30 p.m., LA Lakers face the New Orleans Pelicans. Lakers on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 893. Pelicans on Internet 898. In the NHL, 8 p.m., Minnesota Wild take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Wild on Sirius 208, XM 219 and Internet 934. Penguins on Internet 942. 8:30 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks face the New York Rangers. Blackhawks on Sirius 209, XM 220 and Internet 926. Rangers on Internet 939. 10 p.m., Anaheim Ducks take on the Edmonton Oilers. Ducks on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 920. Oilers on Internet 931. In NCAA College Men's Basketball, 8 p.m., Nevada takes on San Diego State. The Nevada feed on XM 381, Internet 971. San Diego State on XM 380, Internet 970. In NCAA College Women's Basketball, 9 p.m., Colorado faces Oregon on Sirius 160, XM 197 and Internet 959. 9 p.m., Utah faces Oregon State on Sirius XM and Internet channels 84. 11 p.m., UCLA faces Arizona on Sirius 160, XM 197 and Internet 959. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM Sports schedule for Friday, February the 9th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates.
Mad Dog Sports Radio has the best sports talk in the business, covering sports with a passion and knowledge you need. Mad Dog Sports Radio, SiriusXM 86, and the SXM app.
I'm Mick Kern with It Happened in Baseball. If you've got your 1975 Topps baseball set just kicking around, pull out card number 407. It's an oddity in the hobby, being the only baseball card ever issued for a pinch runner. Flip over the card, you'll see 92 games played in 1974 for Herb Washington. The native of Mississippi grew up in Flint, Michigan, playing baseball like most kids, but he excelled at sprinting. He broke a number of records during his prime, in particular in the 50 and 60-yard dash, but just missed out on qualifying for the 1972 Munich Summer Olympics. None other than Charlie Finley, the colorful and creative owner of the Oakland A's, who knew a good promotional idea when he saw one, signed Washington to a one-year contract worth $45,000, along with a $20,000 signing bonus. The catch was there would be no catching nor hitting. Hurricane Herb would be employed solely as the A's pinch runner. That first season, Washington stole 29 bases in 45 attempts. Unfortunately, during Game 2 of the World Series that autumn, he was picked off first base by the Dodgers' Mike Marshall. He was also caught stealing twice in the ALCS against the Baltimore Orioles. Washington got into 13 more games in the 1975 season before being released by the A's. His career line shows 105 games played over 2 seasons, 33 runs for the Oakland A's, all without a single plate appearance. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
MLB Network Radio is your home for 24/7 baseball talk, featuring on-site coverage of every major event from spring training through the World Series and expert analysis from former general managers and players. SiriusXM Channel 89.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Friday, February the 9th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NBA, 7 p.m., Philadelphia 76ers take on the Atlanta Hawks. 76ers on Sirius 137 XM 212 and Internet 902. Hawks on Internet 880. 7:30 p.m., Boston Celtics take on the Washington Wizards. Celtics on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 881. Wizards on Internet 909. 7:30 p.m., Toronto Raptors take on the Houston Rockets. Raptors on Sirius and XM channels 167, Internet 907. Rockets on Internet 890. 8 p.m., Milwaukee Bucks take on the Charlotte Hornets. Bucks on Sirius 138, XM 213 and Internet 896. Hornets on Internet 883. 10 p.m., Sacramento Kings face the Denver Nuggets. Kings on Sirius 139, XM 214 and Internet 905. Nuggets on Internet 887. 10:30 p.m., LA Lakers face the New Orleans Pelicans. Lakers on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 893. Pelicans on Internet 898. In the NHL, 8 p.m., Minnesota Wild take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Wild on Sirius 208, XM 219 and Internet 934. Penguins on Internet 942. 8:30 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks face the New York Rangers. Blackhawks on Sirius 209, XM 220 and Internet 926. Rangers on Internet 939. 10 p.m., Anaheim Ducks take on the Edmonton Oilers. Ducks on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 920. Oilers on Internet 931. In NCAA college men's basketball, 8 p.m., Nevada takes on San Diego State. The Nevada feed on XM 381, Internet 971. San Diego State on XM 380, Internet 970. In NCAA college women's basketball, 9 p.m., Colorado